And here we go.
5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone!
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead.
We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams end. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? Having some technical difficulties. This is what happens, of course, when the producer's not here, Fletcher Williams, but he's a brilliant man and he couldn't make it today. But his spirit is with us. A few technical glitches, but we're still here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Slayer Nation. I'm your host, George Molho. You can see the beautiful avatar. You know, about to put out some new shirts. How are you doing, Debbie? Okay, somebody is messing. There's something going on with StreamYards. Anyway, welcome back to Slayer Nation Live. I'm your host, George Molho. It's Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. And we're going to get going because only God knows what the hell else is going to happen. We got a lot to talk about. Fantastic Flop, Naked Gun, and then Jeans Apocalypse. And to do that, we're going to bring them out. We got my favorite, Paul Chato, Derek, and
Hello. Oh.
What happened?
What's happening with StreamYard?
I don't know what's going on. George, you still there, buddy? There's Paul. What happened to George?
I don't know.
George, you still there with us?
He's been excised.
Well, shoot, man. What are you supposed to do?
It's our show.
It's our show.
Derek,
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
George,
welcome to the Derek Anderson Show. Hey.
What's up, everybody? It's the DA. Shout out to the whole crew. Glad to see you guys here hanging out with me, Paul Chato, and Steph from My Nerdy Home. I don't know if others are showing up, but hey, we're going to get into it. We got a lot of topics to talk about. Excuse me. Fantastic Flop is on the menu along with Naked Gun. Did you guys see any of Naked Gun?
I haven't.
All of it.
You saw all of it. The whole it was a Naked Gun, all right. And then Jeans Apocalypse, bro. That whole Sydney Sweeney situation with the jeans is just getting insane. I don't understand why people are blowing the fit over it. It's a jeans commercial, but I guess that's where we are in 2025. If somebody puts out a sexy jeans commercial, everybody got to blow a gasket.
I just did a video on it. It's become a purity test for the left.
A purity test.
Yeah.
Please, Paul, expound.
So you need to confirm your place in the cult. So you add your voice to the larger group. You use exactly the same language because you're not creative enough to come up with your own. And so it's a purity test. This is how you show everybody, not just online, but the people that you hang with, that you are of the group. It's a purity test. This is a very big thing in the left, and again, it's growing on the far right also, the American First people. But again,
I see it as an IQ test.
Damn it!
Well, that's
George. He's back.
Hey, George.
Hey, thank
welcome
you.
to my show.
What the? Well, hey, great to be on Derek's. You haven't had me on yet, so I'm glad to be on. Damn it! I'm thrilled to be on DA's show. What a way. No, this is great. StreamYard has kicked me out twice now. Hey,
take that, George.
Take the hint. They do not want me talking about Fantastic Four skins and the big plot that Marvel got. How are you gentlemen doing? Hey. Well,
good.
You had some technical difficulties. Now I'm having technical. So
yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on today, but
I know StreamYards. If it kicks me out, somebody take over because this is driving me crazy. I think I need to set up like a second computer. Anyway, I think it was also the Aussies. The Aussies have it out for me because the fact that I've been dying to talk about this. You know, Australia, real quick, has been going through a little bit of.
Oh, the Aussies. I thought you said the Aussies. I'm like, wait, Aussie. I was born in
the Aussies. The Aussies. It's my damn Texas accent. The Aussie.
I'm like, you pissed off the Aussie fans? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I did. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we all so weepy about it? They just flipped out.
They have a massive bridge protest.
Actually, there was a bridge protest the other day, but no, the Aussies, if I can say it correctly, or maybe it's Nosferatu, because I was going to talk about her making her public debut in Jesus Christ.
That was some bullshit, man.
That was scary, man. I'm having nightmares from that thing, man. That was horrifying.
But that tells you their director is worthless, because come on, the way that it was set up, pretty terrifying. Come on, here we go. Where are you, you little bastard?
Oh, you're talking about
yeah, Cynthia
Superstar show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
now did Angela Lloyd Webber have a hand in this play too, or was it just the movie?
It was Tim. That's a Tim Rice show.
Oh, it is. Okay.
George.
That's a Tim Rice movie. I've seen it.
Well, what's wrong? Oh, did somebody call my name? Somebody said something.
It looked like he was. It might be me though. It might be. I don't know, man. StreamYard.
I'm telling you, there's something going on with StreamYards. It has flipped out today. Anyway, we have a lot of news to cover. I'm trying to pull up the link since it dumped them all at the same time for some reason.
Put a chick in it. Make her gay.
Yeah, that's probably why they're upset. But did y'all see? It's like I saw, till I can get this link up, you had Fantastic Flops, had an 80% drop from Friday to Friday, and it looks like overall the whole weekend it has a 66% drop. So it looks like I'm right for all those people who were bitching when I said 3 months ago, this is not going to hit 550 million. What do you think? Around the horn.
The same thing.
Good. Derek, what about you? You think 500?
Yeah, I think it's if it gets, it's going to struggle, in my opinion, to get to the 500 million mark. And if it does, it's barely going to creep over it. Yeah, I think I think this is the clearest sign that people have checked out of Marvel, because the movie isn't a horrible movie. You know, you don't really have to do a lot of homework. It's a mostly notable, franchise. You're talking about Fantastic Four. The movies have been made before, so people know of it. And then on top of it, you have Pedro, who is a star. So, you would think people would maybe be interested, like your general audience members would kind of be interested in a movie like this, and nobody's interested. You know, nobody's interested. The fall off was huge. That means only Marvel fans and MCU fans and superhero fans saw it the first weekend. And then after that, it plummeted. So I think we're done. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe has to reboot.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Well, it doesn't just have to reboot. It has to go away.
For a long time.
It has to go away for a while. Like, I think people just need, like, the stink of these past, like, 5 or 6 years erased, right? Like, or forgotten at least. There's no way. Look, I said early on that Superman and Fantastic Four were going to determine where superhero films go from, this point, especially for Marvel. Now, I do have more faith in DC. I have more faith in James Gunn than I have in Kevin Feige. But the problem is this is already leaking into Doomsday. Like, it's already like the stench is already leaking into Doomsday. So I don't think that's going to save them. I think Doomsday is going to be a lot of member berries, and they're going to try to play with our emotions. And hey, remember these guys from this universe, from those movies you liked? It's going to be a ton of that. No one cares anymore. You know why? Because we already got that with Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yep.
Right? We already got it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to bring that's new to Doomsday that we didn't see a year ago?
Well, what do you think? How do you think it's going to play into Spider-Man Brand New Day? I saw the post. They're racking up like
I don't think it's going to affect it.
It's not going to affect it because Spider-Man stands on his own.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the problem with this. This shows that even a reboot is not going to help the MCU right now. Because this is technically a reboot, if you think about it. It's not connected to anything. You have zero homework. There's no returning characters. It's
good point.
It didn't even really set much up at the end of the day.
No,
so
it didn't.
You really kind of stand back and look at it going like, yeah, they've destroyed themselves, whether it's Pedro fatigue, whether it's MCU fatigue, whatever it is, because even the good word of mouth did not help this movie. So, I mean, Superman had a little bit different thing going in it because, like, they haven't had a hit for DC in years. And if you don't count Batman, the Batman and the Joker, which are also Rands, the DC universe has never actually gotten off the ground to begin with.
But
So
also
there are
the marketing
people who,
leading up to Superman was hurting it too.
to a point, you're maybe right. I don't know. Well, at the end of the day, my point is it doesn't matter. The box office is doing fine for Superman as opposed to...
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, domestically or internationally, it doesn't matter. It's doing just as well internationally as most movies are right now. The only other movie this year that has done any better internationally has been F1. And that's because it actually appeals to people outside the U.S. Because guess what? Once you start making movies just for the U.S. audience, you're going to only have certain movies once in a while that hit outside the U.S. That's the way it used to be. And it's just going to be that way from now on. And people have turned away from the Marvel movies and all that kind of business because they've had enough of the MCU. They've had enough of the garbage. When you've had 10 movies in a row that aren't Deadpool and Wolverine or Spider-Man and they all fucking suck. Right? Like, name the last good Marvel movie.
Yeah, not only that,
though,
though,
think about it for a while.
Television shows, like all the TV shows that we got that were all trash, and then you start thinking like the superhero genre. You know, we had that 2023 with the 4 DC movies; those were all bombs. You got Invincible, you got The Boys, you got all of the Marvel stuff. It's too much. Okay, it's way too much. You got to slow down. I think Dante's right. I think superheroes need a pause. Maybe 3 or 4 years, you know, make it feel special again. Right now, it doesn't feel special. Like back in the day when I was growing up, we saw a superhero movie coming out. Holy crap, we're getting a superhero movie. Oh, which, you know, we were excited about that because we rarely got them. We had Superman, we had Batman. That was it. That was kind of it, you know, in terms of mainstream movies.
Oh, and we got the Phantom and the Stranger, but I mean whatever. But I mean those were like Batman knockoffs anyway. So
I will tell you, I think the one key thing, because I was digging into the research here, and if this doesn't pull out, which I don't think Fantastic Flop is going to pull away, this year, 2025, will be the first year that Marvel, hold on, let me get my note, that Marvel will have none of its films situated within the top 5 of domestic earners at the box office since 2011, and the same goes for any not having one in the top 10 global hits. I mean,
you know, we should have kind of saw this coming with Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Like if Daredevil couldn't make it, people like that should have been a home run for them, right? Everybody loved Daredevil, the Netflix version.
But they should
that should have been a hit for Disney Plus.
Yeah, but it was horrible.
Well, we already know who the problem is, right? It's Kevin Feige.
It is Feige.
Of course it is.
But here's the other thing: is where are? Sorry, I'll get right back to you, Tom. Where are the normal fans? When I'm not normal, non-superhero, they didn't show up.
Well, with Daredevil, I think that people gave them a lot of opportunity, but then once they killed off 2 of the main characters in the very first episode, people were like, "Yeah, no, this isn't going to work for me." So they checked out. Right? They gave Marvel a chance. They gave it some grace. At least the Daredevil fans that came over from Netflix, you know, gave it a chance, and then they killed off 2 main characters, and so it's like, nah, we're not gonna. We'll stick with it, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I think like if you're putting Superman and Fantastic Four, you know, head to head as superhero movies, Superman already had the edge over Marvel because there was a lot of curiosity going into Superman, with a lot of people wondering, like, where is this going to be headed? This is being led by James Gunn. It's a new head of DC. DC is going in a different direction. We're getting all new characters. Everybody's being recast. There was a lot of curiosity going into it. That, and, you know, you have the DC fans, you know, wanting more superhero movies from DC. So I think like Superman always had an edge, and then you had people like really coming out of it, loving it. So that word of mouth traveled. And Superman alone is a very recognizable hero, both in the States and overseas. With the Fantastic Four, I said this the other day, the one consistent thing about Marvel right now is their inconsistency. Their movies, you can get them, you can either have a good movie or you can have a flop. It can be great, it can be bad. Word of mouth carries, it doesn't. You have good TV. Well, actually, I think you maybe have one good TV show, and then the rest of them all suck. And, you know, half of it is at the theater, half of it is on Disney Plus. So they had a lot going against it. And I think with Marvel, because it's so inconsistent, people aren't showing up like they used to. And they'll either wait for someone to tell them like it's good, don't worry, you can go and see it, because they don't trust critics anymore, or they're going to wait for it to be on Disney Plus because they just don't want to spend any more money on Marvel because they've been so inconsistent lately. Even though Kevin Feige has come out and said like Ant-Man Quantumania is going to be great. You have to go and watch it. Or another movie, I can't remember what it was, is great. You have to go and watch it. You know, he said that multiple times, and what happened? It ended up really sucking. So they're just like, I don't care if Kevin Feige says it's great. I don't care if the Marvel cast says this movie is great. I'll wait to see it on Disney Plus because I just don't trust anybody at Marvel anymore. So I think the trust with the fans is gone. There's so much that they have going against them at Marvel that I think that Superman always had the edge going into into the summer.
Well, that's good. Here's the thing is it's funny. There are people who are posting their reasons why, you know, they think things are flopping or things aren't doing well. And this person, I don't know. I've heard of the name. I'm sure some of you know who it is. John Roca.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He is a shield. He is a shield.
Okay, because I don't know. I've heard the name.
The worst take I've ever heard of, man.
Right. I responded back because he was comparing like apples to moon pies. It's like some people won't want to hear this, but it might be time to stop putting all the blame on studios or creatives for underperforming movies. It might be time to start looking at the intelligence level of moviegoers. If a phenomenally stupid film like Jurassic World Rebirth can crush films like Superman and Fantastic Four at the box office, then something might be wrong with all of us, and not the studios or the creatives. He's forgetting the Asian market for the dinosaur movies.
No, he's sucking dick for Disney is what he's doing.
That's
really,
it.
if you look at it, that's what he's doing. Okay. He's blaming us for not going, because he didn't say this shit during Superman.
Okay.
He's saying this shit now during Fantastic Four when nobody's showing up.
Gotcha. Because I don't know
that's
anything
what it's
about
all about.
Okay. Well,
no, Roka's a collider fag. He's one of those guys over there. He's a Disney shill. That's what this is all about. People are pissed because Disney's losing right now. Because this is bad for Disney. Like like we just said, this is not good. You're looking at a movie that, as we just said, it should have been able to play on its own. You don't have any homework going into this. It's an MCU film. It's a very popular Marvel group in Fantastic Four. And it is basically flopping on the second weekend. All the crap that people tried to project onto Superman is actually happening to the Fantastic Four. And that is what they don't want to face. That is what they don't want to deal with. Disney's in panic right now.
I think the bottom line, whether people want to face it or not, is that when the movie has a sufficient amount of testosterone and is possibly even directed only towards men, it seems to be successful. Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a guy movie, like 100%, right? Even Superman had way more testosterone. As much as people might say that Superman was, deflowered a bit, it still had way more testosterone than the Fantastic Flop did.
I will agree with that.
And I think we missed clobbering time. We missed. We missed Johnny bursting things into flame. We really totally missed. I don't necessarily miss Reed Richards being, forthright and heroic, because it was never really that kind of character. He was a kind of a smart ass, but we just miss people preferred. And my main example for this, ironically, you won't believe my connection, is the movie with Adam Sandler, the rerun, the remake.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy
Gilmore too.
Let me make the case for that. I was actually shocked when I saw that, where it was completely denuded of anything of interest to women. Like, I went, wow, okay, he's going to go there. There's not even a lingerie model moment. I mean, and that's a sexist trope, but it was. All these PGA stars. Again, Steph, I don't know how, I'm not trying to disparage you, or I don't know what kind of fan you are of PGA golfers, but it was really a boys club movie, unapologetic boys club movie. And I'm thinking, well, what have been the movies that have been successful? Have been the unapologetic boys club movies, and everyone else is willing to follow along at their leisure. but the engineered MCU, which was a brilliant moniker by Gary, that's been the failure. And I think that was the problem with the Fantastic Four, is they just cannot bring themselves to make a full-on testosterone experience.
Well, Paul's not wrong.
That might explain why I didn't like Happy Gilmore 2 as much as a lot of other people did. Because I loved the first one, but the second one, I just couldn't get into it.
Well, and I think that's why Naked Gun is doing well, is because of what you guys just said. We've been just bombarded with superhero movies. We haven't had shit for comedies, and I think that's why Happy Gilmore 2 and people are, going to see Naked Gun. And you're not wrong about the women thing, because if you bring up the thing on the screen here quick, this movie did not do well with women and children.
No.
Fantastic Four did not. In fact, Superman did double the number in percentage-wise.
Because women like to see a strong man.
Yeah, they don't want to see a Silver Surfette.
No,
I guarantee you families loved Superman way more than Fantastic Four. Even though the Fantastic Four is, I guess, family oriented, it has probably more stronger family values. But kids, I guarantee you, kids were begging mom and dad to, hey, can you take us back to see Superman? I want to see Superman again. I don't know how many kids were saying, take me back to see Fantastic Four, which is probably a little bit more of a heady movie. The plot lines up a little bit stronger, but Superman's just fun.
Fantastic Four had an enlarging cervix.
As much as people knocked the TikTok marketing of Superman, it worked because that TikTok marketing that was aimed at women. That was all women. Those are all thirst. It's considered thirst traps on TikTok, but it's thirst trap marketing that was aimed at women, and it worked. They showed up to Superman. I didn't see anything like that for Fantastic Four.
Wow.
Yeah,
the only thing that I saw was Pedro's creepiness, like touching.
Chris Gore and I pointed that out.
Go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say that younger demographic did take to this movie, unlike Marvel, which is losing that demographic. That was the whole point. Like I said, if you want to share the screen, Cosmic Book News even did the research on it because, women and children and families did not show up for Fantastic Four, but they did show up for Superman, right? Like that was the difference here. Yeah. And I think that's what's going to make or break some of these movies in the future.
Think about the stuff that's in Superman. You got Crypto, all right, the dog, all right. Obviously, that's going to appeal to kids. That's
a better romance.
Yeah, they had the romance. I was about to say that about David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan. It wasn't creepy when you saw them just in their promotions and their marketing, just just acting like a little couple or whatever. But when you see Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal, that shit was creepy as hell. I was like, man, I don't want to be involved with this. This is weird. This is weird, man.
It had an enlarging
daddy and all of that crap, man. It's like, come on, man.
I think the reality is that Disney broke the golden rule. Never go full Pedro. That's pretty much it. You don't go full Pedro. But here's an interesting flip side of the take from Disney Plus X-Men 97 creator Bo DeMaio. Now he says, this is unfortunate. It's a good movie, but it confirms what I've been saying. Marvel Studios has a major leadership problem and an even bigger brand issue and is just generally out of sync with its core audience. Also hints at what I know to be true. In Hollywood, talent before and behind the camera does not want to deal with their work toxicity. This is what happens when you abuse the artist. You need to make films, connect with both fans and audiences. Writers don't want to be cheated or script fees, and actors don't like filming movies when the script hasn't even been finished yet. And those who risk doing it end up in a studio that doesn't set them up for success. Rehashing past ideas with RDJ and the Russos to avoid risk is doing the exact opposite of what will save them. What do y'all think of that?
Yeah, no, he's totally right. And if you look at guys like him and Rob Liefeld, who actually worked on, they know the characters, they've been saying the same thing over and over, man. That is, look, it's not just that Disney or that the MCU is missing with these movies, man. They don't fundamentally understand these characters at all.
Then how did they get through phase 1 through 3?
They don't understand these characters. Bo DeMaio, if you look at the other tweet he tweeted right after that, he talked about how when he was working on X-Men 97, he was working on season 2, and he was going to use certain things from the book that made sense for the show, and the woman above him was telling him, "Oh no, that's stupid. We're gonna do this and that because it'll draw this crowd, it'll draw." And he's like, "You don't understand these characters at all." But he was overwritten. over and over about this. So these people don't understand these characters, man.
Okay,
and they're
but
making these movies. Like, here's the thing. I think before, like, pre-Endgame and
how did they go through phase 1 through 3? Where's that team?
You have people who understood at least the characters, right? We didn't have that after Endgame.
Was that all?
You had John Favreau, you had Joe Johnston, you had Kenneth Branagh, and then you had James Gunn.
Yeah, but was that all?
And that's what
Perlmutter, Tom, who was
partially, and then James Gunn came in and mapped out the Marvel, the Thanos thing.
Okay,
because he said when he came in to do Guardians of the Galaxy, he asked Kevin Feige, "What do I do with Thanos, and what's the plan with him?" And Kevin Feige's like, So he sat down and took 90 minutes to map out the entire Infinity Saga, just so he knew where his story was going.
Yeah,
and that's the only reason there's any coherent story there. And he even helped co-direct Endgame. So
so they're lost without him, basically, is what you're saying.
To a point, and I'm not trying to put it all on his shoulders, because there's probably plenty of other people out there who can handle it. He just seems to be the only one so far that's been anywhere in there that has been able to do his thing, produce something that actually works, and people enjoy it. Because past that first phase, there's nothing that really works with people. I mean,
that's
sure, you have
James Gunn understands these characters. That's why.
Yeah. And that's one thing I'm sick of seeing too, is like, the whole thing of like, oh, James Gunn didn't understand Superman. It's like, no, he understood Superman better than some people do. Just because you're stuck on this stoic emo Jesus Superman, that's not our fault. For 50 years of the character, he was the big blue Boy Scout, right? He was this gee golly shucks kind of guy. And that's exactly what we got. We got the Super Friends on screen, live action. I was waiting in that one shot for it to go, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice, because that's how.
And they actually showed the Hall of Justice in the film.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was a little kid watching that movie. Watching the Fantastic Four, on the other hand, I was depressed because I'm like, I've already seen this story, and this is the same thing I've seen before. It's just darker and dour.
I like it. And yeah, I agree with you. That, like I said, there are things that I loved about Superman, things that I hated. I didn't like the rewrite of the origin story, but we don't need to rehash that. And I didn't like the ball sack, pardon my language, which was like the Mr. Terrific's vehicle. I didn't like the look of it, but those are nitpicky ideas. Let me real quick also show y'all this. This is the other thing that Disney refuses to do, and I think it's a problem that's plaguing every studio. The actors' mouths.
Yep.
This is a minute long. Okay, you bastard. Oh.
Thing you would do.
This has been a hot debate over the last week.
Has to do with the locker room, doesn't it?
Creeping around, invisible. I know this invisibility thing has been a debate for us, because I've got confused what my opinion is, because everyone says they would go and like spy for confidential information on various governments.
She has my favorite power. I would love to be invisible, and I realized that I would like to be able to like go. I guess it would also mean that I would have to have like fish lungs as well, because I'd love to go like swimming and be invisible so that I don't get attacked by sharks and stuff like that.
But then you create the force field, babes, remember?
Yeah, but then can I move through the water in the force field, or will I go?
Maybe you like create a thing where oxygen comes down.
It's very confusing.
Hot debate. You know, Sue, in her world, being invisible is very useful, but in the real world?
I think because people going invisible, you'd want to spy.
Oh no, skipping airport queues.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, any day. You could just push in every time.
What would I do with my power?
What's the first thing you would do?
I would grab these three, fly to somewhere very hot and nice. We'd go on holiday, and then I cook them a barbecue.
With his own fire.
With my own fire. No airport queues.
Yeah, I could invisible us out the airport.
Yeah.
There's a handful of fascists that I would just throw into outer space. That's what I would do.
Yeah, did they not understand? And we all know what that means in that coded language, but they are telling half their audience, go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's the truth about it. I mean, don't you see that, Paul? It's like he's carried on, which I like the actor, Baccarat, except now he never has talked about politics before, at least not that I've seen. There's somebody
you don't see 20 different write-ups about it like they tried to twist James Gunn's words now, did you?
Right. No, of course, because Disney's being protected. But here's the problem, is that Baccarat now has picked up the Pedro's glow stick and he's carrying it, but he's talking about politics. Even though it's just a little slip, many people are programmed. They hear fascists, they go, oh, you're talking about Trump. That means you hate Trump supporters. Those people spend money. Like, why alienate?
Well, man, look, man, we joke about kissing the ring, but that is a real thing. right? Like he's trying to secure his place, right? He's trying to make sure he continues to work.
Just why
right?
not?
And these people have to virtue signal. They have to do this to keep working.
Why not just say something else? The others didn't make a political statement, which was shocking.
Yeah, because they've already done it, dude. Pedro has already He in that interview, he didn't have to say anything political because he says it every time he speaks normally, right? So they know he's on board. He's part of the team. I'm just glad they didn't talk about him being daddy again in that fucking interview.
God, that daddy. You're right. Paul, in the studios. Oh, sorry. What were you going to say, Verbal?
No, I was going to say, you know, like, and again, this stuff has already leaked into Doomsday. So,
right.
Yeah, no, they're fucked, man.
Daddy Doomsday.
Daddy Doomsday. I did like, before when we get to Top Gun, I did love Steph's post. It's like I posted underneath it. I didn't, when you posted for Naked Gun, because I went and saw it yesterday. I had a good time, by the way. It was really quick for the first 50 minutes. I thought it was really good. It kind of got a little slow in the last 20 minutes, but it was a fun ride before I get there. And it was funny because it's like a movie without Pedro Pascal. It's like that's all you need now to be a hit. And a few laughs and Liam Neeson. But I was going to ask you, Paul, is there a way, in your estimation, well, there is a way, studios could control these actors? Could they not control what they say like they did in the past when they used to run contract actors?
Well, there's control and there's control. People have to seem natural, and they're human beings, and they're going to run off at the mouth occasionally. It's a question of whether it's systemic or not, whether it's a constant. I'll give. I've had actors that have put their foot in their mouths for all sorts of reasons, just saying something stupid that didn't make the show particularly attractive, and you just talk with their agent, and then they just don't do it again. I mean, you can't cream someone for doing something just once.
No, I'm talking about the way that they're continuously doing it. It seems I get the feeling that
you hear only the one guy.
But here I'm talking about the overall press and marketing. It's like Pascal has gone out of his way. So I'm wondering then that Disney just doesn't care about what he says, but they cared about what Rachel Ziegler said. So it's like they threw her under the bus.
Give up. I think that you can't. And at some point, the only way to do it is to get them off the circuit. I do recall some interview with Rachel where it was clear that they had formulated every single word that came out of her mouth, and it was hilariously robotic. I can't remember what the interview was, but clearly, they said these are the 4 words you're allowed to use and no more. That's it.
It was probably one of the 4 that she was allowed to do by Disney, and on the red carpet for Snow White, she said the exact same thing. So everything was very scripted.
It was really weird.
But it's better to give them a script.
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand, actors are completely under control during the filming of a TV show or a movie, even though they will very often give themselves credit for some brilliant turn of phrase that turned the movie around. I went to the director and I suggested this, and they loved it. I mean, how many times do you see that? I've
heard
been
it many.
in the middle of it, and rarely is the actor's suggestion any good. And everyone just goes, that's great. Yeah, well, don't call us, we'll call you, right?
I'm just wondering, to what extent is there a gag order involved? Can you put a gag order on these people when they're doing press tours?
Sure.
You technically can, but you got to remember the power that some of these people wield, right? Like, that's the other thing is you may not want them to say shit. You can say something about Rachel Zegler, but there ain't nobody who's going to be able to say shit about Pedro Pascal, right? Because he's already at this level.
No, but legally, if you have a gag order and they go against that gag order, you can sue them or take it out of their chest, right?
It's most of this is actually in the signing contract when they get the part. All of this is in there. So because there's a section in the contract about publicity and what your responsibilities are. Don't screw with us. Don't make us look bad. It's all in there. For one reason, for whatever reason, they're not exercising that, or maybe they have been fined in the background and we just don't know about it.
Gotcha. Right. You mean these have been tame Pedro sessions? Jesus. Tame Pedro. I can't believe it. Well, we're going to do...
Once the audience sentiment turns against the actor,
Yeah.
then because the audience sentiment turned against Rachel Zegler, and that's when people were like, okay, let's go and have a talk with her, because they depend on these actors to push their movie. They depend on the popularity of them to push their movies, to sell their movies. And once the audience turns against you, and there's bad word of mouth amongst a whole population of people, then I think that's when people are like, okay, let's step in here, maybe, because Pedro Pascal is very active on social media.
I know he never
And
shuts
this past
up.
week, I have barely seen anything from him, or at least
Yeah.
since like maybe a couple of days after Fantastic Four released, I've barely seen anything from him in his social media. Because I mean, if you go to his stories, normally it's like 15 things, and now it's like 0. And I'm just like, okay, I wonder if people have told him, like, don't post anything until you need to, like, just go away for a little while, just be quiet for a little while, don't stir up anything. And Rachel Zegler did the same thing. Well, I mean, she had the social media handler actually to do her posts. So, but that's what I'm seeing from Pedro Pascal. I'm not really seeing much from him. So I think that's kind of interesting as well.
Well, these
He's got a
studios
movie
are
coming up
operating
next
like
year. He got to worry about, don't he? He got that Mandalorian and Grogu. They don't want any negativity coming out. Like, all right,
Oh, it's
Pedro,
too late for
dial
that,
it back.
man.
That movie's dead in the water anyway. But
It's too late for that.
it's like, hey, dial it
I
back,
agree.
Pedro, just in case, because it's gonna be.
He'll pull out his other glow stick for a new dance.
No, but
Let me
these studios are operating like it's still like 1990, man. It's like they're so like far behind, and what I mean by that is
the internet doesn't exist for them. Is
the
what you're
internet didn't
saying?
exist back then,
Yeah.
man. So your actor can go out there and say some dumb shit, and there's a good chance the majority of the country never even heard it, right?
Yeah.
No one even cared because they didn't even hear it. Everyone hears everything now because
my
of
aunt
social
does.
media.
I'm telling
And these
you,
studios aren't acting like they do, but they're
You're
losing
right.
because of it.
You're right, Dante, because especially I've mentioned my Aunt Grace all the time because she's 78 years old, right? And in the last, basically since the COVID, right? Her friends, everybody she knows are active at least 2 to 3 hours a day on social media. It's not like it was before where you're like, well, it's only a particular part of a generation. No, it's everybody. When you have 78-year-olds who are looking at everything, whether it's Hollywood or politics, and they're on X and they're on Instagram and they're on Facebook. She calls me up. Yeah, it is a lot of Facebook. She calls me up. Did you see this? I'm like, no. And I'm like, that's AI. Don't believe that one. Because I get a lot of posts where she'll send it. Did you see that shark gobble that guy up? He was on the
Make sure she doesn't answer to any African princes that might email her.
I do. I told her, Brad Pitt calls you up. He's not real. No, but
no African prince needs her help.
But Rachel Zegler might need her help. And anyway, it's just crazy what's going on. Let me take a few super chats. If we have any questions, then we will move forward. Let's see. We got TGV Monster coming in for $2. Hi, everyone. How are you doing, TGV Monster? Always such a pleasure to see you, my friend. Pilgrim Media for $2. Love the show. Very entertaining. Well, thrilled. I'm always thrilled to hear that. I love it. It makes me smile. That's what I love to do. Bring you facts, entertain you, bring you great guests, and we have a lot of fun. We also got TGV Monster giving 1 George the Giant Slayer membership. Please go thank TGV Monster. And thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. And Istaphobos, our newest mod. It's his second week for $2. RIP, Mr. Whiskers, from all of us, Jill. Love, so sorry. Mark Daly for $10. Breaking news. The Russia collusion story was a hoax and an equally fresh news. Water is wet. What does up does come down, and the forest is, in fact, the trees. Yes, you're right, Mark Daly. I always love your takes. You are correct. We're going to be covering that this week on FAPO, so I hope to see you there. Eric K., the king of the mods, for $5. Hail, George, and the great panel. Sorry, not here. Much love visiting family. Give my love to your family. I can't wait till you're back amongst us. We also got Lord Thoth in the house, along with Istaphobos. 2 great gentlemen. They're taking care of everybody. William Barr, member for 11 months. I don't care about Marvel. I'm cautious for Tron. I'm cautious for Tron as well. I really want it to be good because I'm a Tron fanatic. Mark Daly for another $10. MCU reboot only works with a new regime that will be faithful to the source material and stop with the girl bosses and the leftist messaging. Current regime has shown us they won't do that. I agree. Tender Warrior 68 gifted 5 Georgia Giant Slayer memberships. Way to go. Thank you, Tender Warrior. And again, please go thank this gentleman. Tender Warrior 68 keeps the lights on, helps us keep growing. Thank you for that, my friend. Bless you. And then we got Mark Daly for another $5. F4 isn't on a roller coaster ride. It's on a Cedar Point demon drop. Oh, yeah. And wait till you hear what Disney has coming out next. Talk about roller coasters and the people who like to go up and down. I think Dante knows what I'm talking about. He put out a video about it this morning. Mark Daly for another $5. In the name of all that is holy, don't just cancel Disney Plus. Boycott all things Disney. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Mark Daly for another $5. Sorry I'm late. I went to American Eagle first because I wanted to get into those jeans, and we're going to be talking about it. Jean Apocalypse and Sweet Sydney Sweeney, which has so many women losing their minds. Thank you, Mark, for that. And now the very last one, and we'll move forward. Patrick Robinson for $10. Democrats need to quit whining about PBS being shut down. It had been bleeding money for years, and everyone switched to streaming. Not like they were watching it anyway. Well, I'm just happy Big Bird can't Pedro any little kids anymore. So we move forward because it's not Big Bird that we knew growing up. Now, Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle, their stock, I think, soared. American Eagle soared the other day, 16%. It's the Phobos. If you have I think it was 16% or 22%. It's like changed. But women have been going bat crap crazy. I mean, wow, they've come out of the woodwork. This one in particular is a teacher from New Jersey who also part-times as an influencer, who, by the way, the Washington Post released an article this morning, but it was behind a paywall. And so I got the Cliff Notes version from it, I kept refreshing it and then printing screens so I could grab it before the little, have to subscribe now. And it basically says that 42% of 12-year-olds and under are now taking YouTube summer camps because they want to be content creators.
Oh, that's old.
Wow. Well, I didn't know it was 42% of 12-year-olds. I didn't even know there was such a thing as YouTube summer camp where they learn how to.
80% of high schoolers want to become influencers.
I know, but summer camps, like they literally have kids spending all summer learning how to be.
We had learn to program, and now it's learn to OnlyFans.
Well, programming is different now because of AI. You don't even have to learn how to code anymore.
Sort of.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you shared that, Paul, but did anybody else, y'all not shocked by that? They're summer camps. They're not going outside anymore. They're going to these camps.
Yeah, George, you know why? Because they look at these people, they even us, right? They look at this and they think that it's easy money, right?
It's hard work. People don't believe it.
But what's messed up is that number, man, like we need more doctors, man. We need more people who can do shit. Right, the last thing we need is more fucking influencers.
Right, who's gonna like build shit?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
everybody wants to be on the internet. Like, holy crap, man!
We need people who can farm weed. We need like these kind of people, man.
Dante always looking out for the key things in life.
I did a video, not to disparage our good work, called "The Economy of Nothing."
Okay,
which described YouTube life, and talked about it can be very debilitating. I mean, I come from a sitcom era where you'd work your ass off, do 24 episodes in about let's say 9 to 10 months, and then you'd have 3 months off completely. Like, who has months off on YouTube, right? I mean, I feel badly for everybody who's trying to make a go out of it, because you disappear for 2-3 months, your channel basically dies. Right. It's a very tough business that doesn't pay enough, and everybody works very hard for free for YouTube, and YouTube is very thankful that they don't have to pay a cent, really. I mean, apart from the fees from advertising, but again, and now we've got streaming where maybe you do 8 episodes, and then that means you've got to find work for the rest of the year. There's the whole idea of having a job, being able to know that you've got work for 10 months of the year, and then you can truly take off some time off. That's all gone. I mean, everything has been blown.
Yeah, it's like all these people want to be Logan Paul, man, and it's like, look, that is a 0.1%, dude. I mean, look, say what you will about the guy. I can't stand him personally, but
no,
this guy is
want to be Logan.
A guy like Logan Paul is built for this stuff. Like,
I think there's an opportunity here to plug in a lot of these OnlyFans models into nursing, and I think that there's a benefit there.
And they have
if there's a pipeline from OnlyFans to nursing, I'm all for it.
Aren't there women wearing stockings and garters and with those little hat with the red cross on it? Aren't they nurses?
No, those are porn stars, my friend.
Oh.
Just a fine line, Paul. See what I'm saying?
Well, I got to tell you, this is the fact that Mike Rowe put out a call a couple of weeks ago into what the country needs, and then we'll jump back to Sydney Sweeney.
We've been telling kids for 15 years to code. Learn to code, we said. Yeah, well, AI is coming for the coders. They're not coming for the welders. They're not coming for the plumbers. They're not coming for the steam fitters or the pipe fitters or the HVAC. They're not coming for the electricians. You know, that Ideas Festival I was telling you about in Aspen, I sat there and listened to Larry Fink say we need 500,000 electricians in the next couple of years.
Wow.
Not hyperbole. This is me being the alarmist again. There's not a week that goes by in my humble little foundation. It's called MicroWorks, shameless plug. We award work ethic scholarships every year, right, to kids who want to learn a skill that's in demand. These are trade school scholarships. Not a week goes by where I don't get a phone call from somebody like the Blue Forge Alliance, who oversees our maritime industrial base. That's 15,000 individual companies who are collectively charged with building and delivering 3 nuclear-powered subs to the Navy every year for 10 years, right? 2 Virginia, 1 Columbia class. Mind-bogglingly complicated. This guy calls and says, we're having a hell of a time finding tradespeople. Can you help? I said, I don't know, man. It's pretty skinny out there. How many do you need? He says 140,000. 140,000. Now, granted, over 7 years.
Think about that. He goes through and he pretty much states how we need 300,000 AC repairmen, 300,000 engineers, 400,000 car mechanics, and he goes jobs that a machine can't do. And it'll be decades before a robot has that ability to that finesse. So there are many places that people can make great money. I mean, some of the money he was talking about, I was like, "You're shitting me!" An AC guy can make 400,000 a year. I was like, "What?"
Let me shout out my son real quick. My son just got a job at an HVAC company. He did about, I think, 10 to 12 months of training, learning the craft, sitting in the shops, watching the guys do their work. And he's graduated. They've already put him in a job. He's making $70K a year. And he's got his own company car. Like, they put him right to work. And I mean, that's great money for a kid, that's just getting started off rip.
Oh God, yeah.
That is no debt. Yeah, no debt, 0 debt. He's already taken care of the school. It was already covered. Everything. He's good. Wow. And now he's just flying, and he's, about to start his family because he's about to have a son. So I'm looking forward to.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah,
congratulations to him. Blessings to you. I love that.
Yeah, these are the stories that we need to hear more of. And, like young men and young women out there, there's plenty of opportunities to do things other than trying to be.
But the problem is, man, they're not being taught this in school, man. They're not being taught that this is an avenue that they can go in, right? They're being taught you have to go to a 4-year college. I mean, they're still preaching that shit for some reason. Yeah. Or they want to be an influencer, right? Like they're not being taught there's other avenues that they can go into out of high school, right? Where they can make a decent living.
Did anyone catch the irony, the ironic moment in the fellow's presentation? Did anyone catch it? You mentioned Larry Fink talking about plumbing jobs. So is Larry Fink going to force DEI into plumbing? Good fucking luck.
Good fucking luck. That's a great point. You can't do that because what are you going to do? Yeah.
You know how many women are working in my son's mechanics, auto mechanics shop?
No, sir.
0.
Yeah, because they don't want that job. That's the reality. It's very rare. I saw one female mechanic in my life, and it was in a movie. That's it.
Well, Sydney was leaning over that Mustang in a very suggestive way.
She was. And going back to Sydney Sweeney. Here is a New Jersey teacher. This is how we got started on the influencer.
She's
This
not
is
a teacher anymore. She's been fired.
Oh, she has?
No, a long time ago.
Thank God. I like
now
that.
She's just an influencer.
I'm happy. And she's I won't say that. I'll reserve that.
I really wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It is
But
so
you can't
difficult to
help
grow up
yourself.
as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted.
I've never heard this from anybody. Black, brown, yellow, nobody.
Her whole thing of projecting her own insecurities onto this Sydney Sweeney ad is pretty much explains every single TikTok that I've come across of women having an issue with the Sydney Sweeney ad. They're all projecting their own insecurities onto this ad. And it's really a conversation about like the past 4 or 5 years of marketing campaigns that we've got, which leaned into, you know, the woke ideology where you saw ugly people, fat people, you know, just all of this inclusive marketing that didn't help anything. It didn't bring any of these companies any money. They were losing money because they bought into this lie. And it wasn't pleasing to look at, but they liked it. All of the woke mob, the women, they loved it. Why? Because it didn't make them feel bad about themselves. It didn't make them feel like they had to work on anything about themselves, right? But Sydney Sweeney, it does. It makes them feel bad about themselves. So she said, I remembered everything that I felt back then. It's like, okay, great. But that's a you problem. That's not their problem. All they're doing is selling jeans. If it's making you feel bad about yourself, maybe you need to ask yourself why and work on that.
But
it's
also,
easier
did
for
she
all
feel
of these
bad when
women to
Beyonce was
blame
advertising jeans?
And it was fine when Beyonce was doing it because Beyonce is not white. There's also an underlying commonality with hating white people, right?
Yeah.
That's what it
there's
is.
a lot
It's
of that
not
going on.
okay to have any type of pride when you're white. You
Don't
can't.
they hate
You know,
me?
they even go as far as to say like white people have no culture.
Right, I know.
Which I did a
there's
whole
all of
video
this-
on, by the way.
You know what?
there's
That's it. I've
anti-white
decided.
sentiment in this country, and because she is celebrating her good genes and she's white, they're like, oh no, that's bad. You're not supposed to be celebrating that because you're white. You can't celebrate your whiteness. That's racism.
Yeah.
The only people that can celebrate their skin colors
Is everybody else?
are everybody else, but not white people. Because if white people do it, then
But
it's
ain't that
racist.
the problem when it comes to a lot of these leftists? They're just
It is.
insecure crybabies. Like that's kind of who they all are deep down in their soul. They're just a bunch of crybabies. They always finding something to bitch and complain about. It's like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is in an ad for jeans. I'm mad. Like, what in the hell is wrong with y'all, man?
Well, Beyonce
These
did
people-
the exact same ad, which is
What about
that's
J-Lo?
that's my
What about
point. They
J-Lo?
got to find something. They got to find something. So it's their own inherent racism or their own lack of self-esteem, like Steph is saying. Like they just don't see themselves as like go to therapy. Get sit on
Or
somebody's
they're
couch.
fugly,
Like
or
this
they're
is silly,
fugly.
man.
Or
The
they have
left is afraid of
insecurities.
losing ground.
They're losing it. That's the point. Jaguar's CEO was just removed because he put out a woke advertisement with no car, just a bunch of freaks and colors, and they didn't sell anything.
They thought, I think a certain group of individuals felt that they were had influenced everybody onto the right track. We had the very ginormous Calvin Klein black woman ad, which was very difficult to see. When I did my previous video and I was doing some research in 2023, Victoria's Secret was convinced to go through this whole what is it called? Variety of women's sizes. What's that called? I don't know what that anyway.
Plus size.
Body
the whole gamut. What's it
body
called?
positivity.
Body positivity. Yes. So they announced their social media success had increased 1,300+% of perceptual activity, and then they announced that their profits went down 5%.
Right. It's crazy.
So then they abandoned it in 2024 at the same time that American Eagle started abandoning their positivity campaign, which mirrored very much what Victoria's Secret was doing. And then they end up with, Sydney here. And it's really a question of the left not wanting to seize any ground. It is no different from unions. When they go into a contract talk, they would rather lose employees than give up on any benefit or anything that they had negotiated for, no matter how stupid or expensive it is. I've seen that I don't know how many times. This is what's killed the unions. Rather than keeping all the employees by maybe getting rid of some kind of perk somewhere, no, we are not going to give up a single thing that we had won in negotiations. We'd rather have half our union population die off. And this is what we're seeing now. It's all part of the same mindset.
I think it's a good thing. And they don't like it, especially they don't like the way it's happening. We're returning, the timeline is healing. We're returning to a normalcy. But I promise one thing, though. Since they keep attacking white people, I think it's time we have a white pride day. And I'm a Jewish guy. So I will hold a white pride day.
Good luck.
Yeah. They'll call that a Klan meeting.
Yeah, don't do that through Charleston.
How can they attack me? I'm Greek. I'm Texan.
No,
I'm white.
it's really ridiculous, man. I have a video coming out tomorrow about Billie Eilish because she got, I guess, attacked as being a racist herself, which is funny as hell considering how progressive she is. But I was talking about that, and I'm just like, it's just weird how everybody can celebrate their own culture except for white folks, right? And then on the other side of that is the saying of white folks have no culture. And my whole point was, so the Irish and the Scottish have no culture, the Scandinavians have no culture, the
Greeks have no culture.
This is crazy to me. Like what the fuck are you talking about? There's no culture. So
I want to make one adjustment, Dante. I don't think it's about white, really. I think it's code for the majority. The left hate the majority. The majority includes everybody in this panel. Not everybody here is white. Okay.
Oh no! Trust me, man. When they say this shit, they're talking about white people. It's because they're fine with everybody else.
I believe it's they want to have everybody on side, whether they're white or not. They don't like the majority. They don't like normalcy. They don't like a family that does not require a turkey baster to give birth to a kid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is
they
what
they don't like the nuclear family. They don't like tradition.
Correct.
They don't like
That's
history.
my point.
Yeah, they don't like history. They want to tear it down. And because we're not in 1917 and we're not in the 50s and 60s under Mao's revolution, they have to use something different. And that's what they're doing. Is
and the reason oddly enough, they hate the culture that
a lot of these people were rejected by their own
the
families.
freedoms to be able to say the shit that they're saying. That's what's funny.
Correct.
About it. It's like they literally hate the culture that built and gave them the freedom to be able to say. If they were in some other country, they wouldn't be able to say half the shit they're saying or live the way that they're living. They would be like, oh man, I can't say nothing, because I don't have that kind of freedom. All right. But a freedom loving country that gives them the freedom to espouse all of these wackadoo beliefs, they hate that country. I just don't understand that, man. It's weird to me.
So yeah, I would say that they hate the majority. They hate family oriented blacks, Asians, anyone who just wants to live a normal life, that don't want to walk by a giant statue of a fat black woman in New York City.
Oh, they put up one in Canada the other day.
Yep.
I saw that. That's two.
Yep.
Where's my statue?
And the crazy thing about it is that they don't even realize how racist it is.
I know.
Is there even any fat black women in Canada?
Oh, for sure. They wear turbans, dude. No, we've got the Jamaicans.
Jamaicans, okay. But let me ask you, that is racist. I didn't think about it that way, but they're also
that's how they see black women. Like
they're not putting them up like these goddesses. They're The one in New York is, like an advertisement for type 2 diabetes in yoga pants. It's very,
because they want those people to feel seen. Oh, I see you, fat black woman. I see you. I respect you. I love you. They want to see those people. They want those people to feel important or seen instead of, hey, you might be overweight. It might be time to drop some pounds.
Yeah, you don't want to lose a foot, do you?
Yeah, instead of like addressing the problems, they hide. It's weird. It's the dumbest thing, man, to try to hide under, hey, body positivity, body acceptance, whatever the case may be. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, you might be unhealthy. You might need to do something about that. No, we're going to make a statue of you and celebrate it.
But again, it goes back to how the left sees black women, right? They don't see them as like these goddesses, right? Like with a perfect shape and perfect hair. And no, they see them as women who shop at Walmart on a weekly basis, right? Yeah. Like that's their view of black women.
Yeah, so I've got the Toronto one.
Where is it?
I've got the Toronto one sharing.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the new one, except the
that is some bullshit right there.
Black women should be insulted, but they're not.
No,
because they mostly look like that. If you look like this, you wouldn't feel insulted. You like I said, you feel seen. You don't feel insulted. You feel seen. Oh, look, they got me perfectly. They nailed it.
Bro, I'm offended on a cellular level, man. I am.
Are you sure they feel seen? Because this would be offensive.
I mean, why else would you do this? But why are black people outraged about this shit? Why aren't they outraged? Okay, why aren't they pissed? There's only one possible explanation. Is because they nailed it. They did it right. That's exactly what my mom looks like, my auntie looks like, my sister looks like. That's this. And so they feel seen. That's the only explanation. Otherwise, if they show some jacked up, trollish look, and this is supposed to represent a black person, black people, man, look, black people ain't got no problem voicing their opinions, okay? If they thought this was bad, they would come out and say, this is some bullshit.
There's the New York one.
Well, I'm saying it. I'm saying this is some bullshit because I'm
saying it's some bullshit too. But what I'm saying is all of the other folks, the leftist black women, whatever you want to say, they don't have a problem with it. Clearly. Otherwise, they would be down there, hey, tear that down. Take it down. They said that about all of those Confederate statues. Had no problem getting out there and marching for it. Why ain't they marching to take that down? Because they feel seen. They love it. They think it's great.
But also, the thing we're not talking about too is the fact that there are a lot of black women today who follow the lead of liberal white women.
What?
Oh yeah, like they bought into it. They bought into the rhetoric of liberal white women.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, both of them hate black men.
But you understand that Malcolm X warned about that.
Many times Malcolm warned about it, but they didn't listen.
All right, we're gonna move forward because these people are crazy with all their crap. We're gonna move on. There's still more Sydney Sweeney. I'm gonna play one more because the Sydney doesn't stop.
Also, really quick about Sydney Sweeney, since we're getting more into that.
Yeah. Yep.
What's funny to me about all of this, man, is I've worked in marketing for 20 years now, maybe 25. On just a basic level, right? We all know sex sells, right? Like it's always sold. Sex. Why are we just now discovering sex sells all of a sudden? Like, why are we surprised?
It's because they were right. It's because it's not the sex they want to sell. See, they're trying to sell something that this is returning again to normal.
Dude, in the 90s, those Carl's Jr. commercials were fat material, man. That's all they were. They weren't selling burgers. They were selling hand lotion in those commercials.
It's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a good point. Here's this wackadoo who she went, you could tell that she spent $80K a year to go to college. And I've realized that at this point, which is more dangerous in life? Drugs or college professors?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Come on. Listen to her verbiage. I want everybody on the panel and the audience. I want you to listen to the way she phrases everything. I'm not going to play the whole 2 minutes.
Well, look at the eyes, man. We already know what we're in for.
Right. No, but her language, I feel it's right out of a class, like at Berkeley or Brown.
I see quite a few conservatives as well as race neutral, socially liberal Democrats saying that there is nothing inherently wrong with the Sydney Sweeney ad and that people are reading too much into it. And I'm going to tell you why that is not the fucking case. What we first need to understand is the concept of the possessive investment of whiteness. What is this?
The possessive. What are you gonna say? Go ahead.
What gets me is she's just like, I'm gonna tell. I see all of these, and I'm the one. I'm going to be the one to tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
She's already put herself up on a pedestal.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why you should be offended, black people.
But that's racist in and of it. It's like, yeah. If you
wouldn't that be white woman splaining?
Yeah, that would be. Good point.
Tell you how to think.
But wait till you hear it. It gets better.
Possessive investment of whiteness is an attachment to the perpetuation of or participation in the construct of whiteness. This contributes to the racial hierarchy that we see in American contemporary society, in that when white Americans invest in or participate in the social construct of whiteness, which is the propagation of whiteness as a collective in society, that they will then get back opportunities, power, as well as comfortability. Think of whiteness like a bank, and society is expected to continue investing in this bank of whiteness through the promotion of white supremacy. So in order to maintain accessibility to power,
Accessibility, but it's
By the way,
everyone.
she got all of this from a jeans ad.
Yeah.
Let's not forget this.
It's like ChatGPT overdose.
That's why I said, man, this shit's an IQ test. That's an IQ test. If you got to,
I feel sorry for her future husband. That's all I got. To
What
say.
husband, Tom? What husband?
Oh, you know she's gonna sucker some black dude in. Come on.
There's some dude out
And
there
Verbal
saying I can
knows
fix her.
it. You laugh.
There's a guy somewhere saying I can fix her.
Exactly.
She put whiteness as a social construct.
Yeah.
Some black dude named Bradley. She's gonna marry him.
Bradley.
she's also started with the argument from authority fallacy, if I can use some highfalutin terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, I mean this is again, this is a purity test amongst her crew that allows her to use vocabulary to show that she is part of the caste system that she is a member of. That's all this is about. It's social cueing.
Wow, they're just. It's unbelievable.
Again,
here
from a 15-second jeans ad.
I know. Here's a classic one. Never have I seen so much outward hate. And then we're moving on to the naked gun because this is just fun to look at the nutcases. It just is. It's like a train wreck. You got to laugh at. It's our comedy. It's our comedy today.
My favorite thing to do right now is to be super fucking rude to Nazis. I mean, Trumpers, same thing. It is so fucking fun and so easy. They are such an easy fucking mark. They all are mouth breathers. They all usually have a flag on somewhere. So they're super identifiable. And I'm just rude. I'm as rude as possible. I cut them off in line. I give them dirty looks. I say shit under my breath only they can hear. They will react usually and say, why are you so rude? And I say, why are you so stupid? And then they get really pissed. And then they'll ask me again, you're fucking rude. Or they'll say, you're fucking rude. And I'll say, you're a fucking Nazi. And they'll go, what? And I'll be like, sorry about your laugh, man. My grandpa told me I was supposed to beat the fucking brakes off of Nazis, but I'm not violent anymore, so I'm just rude to you motherfuckers now.
I can't wait till somebody beats the brakes off that ugly bitch.
Yeah, the thing is the hus. Oh,
you
Paul,
can. You know what I
going.
love is they say you can spot them from a mile away. Well, you can spot those man-hating dykes from a mile away too. Just so you know.
It's just the level of hatred and the comfort they feel to just share it, to get out there and get in people's faces.
But you know what? Here's a problem. And Mike Tyson said this a long time ago, man. People have just gotten too comfortable not getting hit in the face.
Yes.
They have. They've gotten too comfortable, man.
Yeah, but who's going to hit her? It's got to be another woman.
Well, you don't think there's a woman that hit her in the face?
She out there. She hasn't obviously had it happen. The only thing that's hit her in the face is one of her 5 vibrators. Paul, you got to get going.
Soon, but I'll
okay.
stick for Naked Gun.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Naked Gun now. Let me take these super chats because I think there's a couple here for you, Paul. Let me run through them. Pilgrim Media for $2 via ESG. Disney probably can't reset. I don't know. I think Disney can reset because a lot of that money has shrunk and has disappeared. I just think there's by what I've heard, and I think Dante can attest to it, and probably Steph and Derek, there's a civil war going on. At least I know in Pixar.
Well, I think what's really interesting is how well Paramount CBS has been able to hide their ESG stuff.
Yeah.
Because now that Skydance is dismantling it all, it's really shocking how embedded it is and how much they had.
It is. It's in every.
Well, you see it with
place.
Star Trek, man. Jesus, like
Oh, come on. That's not Star Trek. I don't even know what the hell to call that.
Isn't Discovery Star Trek?
No, that's not Star Trek.
Wait, who am I thinking of?
He means no. You're right, Verbal. He means like how Highlander 2 isn't a Highlander movie.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And how there's only one Matrix movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on, you think Star Trek Discovery is a real Star Trek? I mean,
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
it's
I mean,
branded Star Trek. Yeah.
They put money into it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's generic, cheap dime store Star Trek.
But
Lots of
if we're
feelings
if we're
and
talking about
always.
ESG, man, I think that money's running out.
Oh
I
yeah,
think you're right. I
USAID.
think a lot of that, USAID killed a lot of that. And to get this deal through, that's where Paramount killed all their DEI stuff. I know a lot of people are like, well, they're bringing it back with Bridge and all these other things. It's like they can try, but I think a lot of companies have been once bitten, twice shy when it comes to this shit.
Yes.
Right? Like they've spent the last 10 years losing money to this shit. They don't
But
have the investors
scared to death
anymore.
of their employees. They're frightened of the vocal minority within the corporation. Scared to death.
But I think they're losing, Paul. Especially, I think the American Eagle ad and how much money they've been making and how their stock has soared. Plus, there is a new fund that was set up. Actually, it was the last time you were here, Paul. We mentioned it. We didn't go into depth into it, so I'll just refresh everyone's memory. There was a new anti-DEI, anti-woke investment fund that was set up.
Really?
It sold out within 48 hours.
Wow.
It's the exact opposite of Vanguard, BlackRock, ESG. It's we will not invest in any company that has any woke ideology, policy in HR and anywhere. And just people were funding it like crazy. And now they're following it because they're like, this is the way. You have to go back to merit. You can like whatever you like, love whoever you want to love. But when it comes to money and progress, it's like merit walk, bullshit DEI just takes a hike. So it's a beautiful thing.
Well, what they've done now is they put themselves in a position where there's going to be an overcorrection. And that's kind of what last week, or not this last week, but the week before, the premiere of South Park was kind of about, right? It was like, you got to be careful because things are going to swing the other way if you push shit too hard. And that's kind of what has happened here.
I think you need to push a little. See, when I hear what you're saying don't go from one extreme to the other. You think that's what you're saying, Tom?
I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I think some people are seeing that now.
And I
so
think
yes,
I'm seeing it.
I think in order though to when you're all the way to the left of something, it doesn't left, whatever, when you're all the way to one side of something, right? In order to get back to the middle, you do have to swing all the way the other way so it can come and adjust. Just for the Overton window. How many people were liberals who are now considered by the Democratic Party to be right wing? Like you have to move back all the way over so it can start balancing out. Sundowners Club for $20. At least that's my opinion. Fantastic Four has a 66% drop in second weekend, only 2% better than Quantum Mania. Marvel in its current form is done. Yeah, that's
It's not
right.
doing good. It's not
I
doing
agree
good.
with Verbal earlier, but it's just how long do they have to disappear for? 8 years, 5 years?
honestly, I don't feel like there's any amount of time that they have to disappear, because I think it's just more so they have to get a new regime in there, somebody new to handle it.
Right, but if you get a new regime, don't they have to go away, Tom, for a while? I mean, like,
not really. I mean, did DC go away?
Well,
No,
Tom,
they
here's the
just
thing, though.
started
I
producing
do
different
think
shit.
Marvel needs to take a break. Just like I think Star Wars needs to take I think there needs to be a break right now because Disney has fucked themselves over so badly with this that even if they had a regime change, no one would trust it.
Oh, I'm not saying that, but you have a situation where, look, we're the same people who've all been beating that drum for years now, that it's not superhero fatigue, it's bad movie fatigue, and I still agree with that.
Yeah,
like
I
I've
do.
said it a million times over, Marvel could have rode this wave out for another decade had they not made it the MCU. And then this is what I was saying
But
about
it's been
DC.
so ingrained in their company, Tom. I think they need that. They need to recalibrate here. They need to take a break and.
You need an Elon Musk level shakeup inside Disney. You're not wrong, right? But that's basically what happened at Warner Brothers, and look where they're shaking out on the other end. As we just said a bit ago, in 2023 they released, what was it, 3 or 4 DC flops, and now here we are.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers
turning
actually
things
did
around.
something about it, man. Like Kevin Feige is still in charge.
Oh yes, I agree
of
with
the
you. That's what I
MCU.
just said. You need a regime change, and that's the proof in the pudding. Bob Iger's got to go. All his fucking acolytes got to go.
They all need to go. Kathleen, they all need to go.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe that's just the reality of the way life works. Kind of like Marvel, bent over. They screwed the pooch, and now DC is going to fill the vacuum for the next decade. Is that what I'm? Yeah, that's how I see it.
But I don't think it'll ever have the success again, and that they hit with Endgame. And I think to have expectations like that is just
I agree.
impossible.
I think they're going to have to reset the $1 billion mark for like the $500 million mark for
And that's
movies.
kind of
What
where
do
they're at now, anyway. At least
You kind of seen it already with James Gunn, when he
Mhm.
came out and said, like, I don't
Exactly.
need this movie to be $1 billion. I think he said like 700,000, it doesn't need to make 100 or 700,000 to be successful. I think
I'll take
that's
700,000.
that's the number that you're going to start hearing from now on. If they lower their budgets, then that's going to possibly be like the new goal in order to be a successful movie. It's no longer going to be $1 billion movies. They're going to try and reach like a 700,000 threshold. It's going to start a whole conversation on why movies don't have to make $1 billion to be successful. Why movies aren't making monies, and that's a good thing. Why 700,000 is the new 1 billion? It's going to start to change the narrative in order for these movies to appear successful.
Well, wait, does
Well, the
that mean
difference
that the
is-
Snyderverse was successful then?
Not really, because they
Well,
spent a hell of a lot more to push that out there, and it was at a time where expectations were higher. And that's the difference. And the difference here between Disney and Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers is going into this where the next few projects are going to be dirt cheap, as opposed to Marvel. Their next 2 projects are going to be the most expensive projects they've ever done.
Yep.
Right.
dude.
But that's the problem here is they're facing a complete uphill battle. Toward DC, it's kind of like an open range, right?
Gotcha.
Like, it's not downhill, it's not uphill, but it's an open range of possibilities to where they could fuck it up in the next few years. Don't get me wrong, but as long as they keep spending between 40 and 100 million on these projects and not 200 and 300 million, they'll probably be all right. And that's where Clayface, regardless of how it's received, is going to be fine. It only is going to cost $40 million to make. Supergirl, I haven't heard a budget yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be around 100 or less. Right, and these things are going to be.
And
the
I'm telling you
future.
right now, man. Peacemaker is going to do very well for HBO Max. So I think DC's on a good track.
And Warner Brothers is re-embracing home video again. They're one of the few studios that have.
Really?
So yes.
Yeah, I will say they are
learned
making-
they screwed up big time with that. Actually,
I do think they're making one mistake there, Tom, by releasing Superman August 15th on
they
streaming.
debunked that, as I've been hearing. It is not coming out that
It's
early.
not
They
happening.
that was
looked it up.
somebody at Amazon just put it in there as an arbitrary date, just like all the other outlets have been reporting the 45-day window, which is Warner Brothers normal. But as I've been hearing, just like with F1, they are holding it off a little bit longer because of how it's doing in the box office. And who knows when it's all said and done, Superman's only been out for what?
That's
4
why
weeks now.
That's why I don't understand. Like, I just looked it up again, and so all these news sites have it wrong. They got it from the same source, because I'm glad if that's the case.
Well, James Gunn
Last
himself
I
said
heard,
it's not going to be on streaming anytime soon.
It says here, like anybody, Google it if you want. Type Superman 2025 streaming date.
Yeah, it
There's like-
says August 26th right now. I'm
So
seeing
they moved
August
it off
26th.
again. Yeah, so it's been between the 26th and 15th because they're just guessing. Because
Yeah.
they're going by the window that Warner Brothers
World of
usually
Real, they
has.
put it up on that. Yeah, there's people guessing. It's all guesswork at this point. I think they should leave it in theaters,
Yeah.
90 days at least.
I agree, 90 days. Cool. Blitzen gifted 10 George the Giant Slayer memberships. Thank you, Blitzen, my good friend. I really appreciate it. Please, everybody go thank Blitzen. He's got a beautiful soul. We also got John Maynard for $5. I think a group of marketing agencies had used the Sydney Sweeney Squatch soap. Was the tests run on these current campaigns? You know that soap. How fast did that sell out? What was
Bro,
it?
I tried to get I tried, man. Like I logged. I was in like a minute in. It was sold out.
I know.
A minute in.
Did you see that one guy who got her to sign it for him?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, he got her to sign it for him. And we got John Maynard in regard to Mike Rowe with the people that are losing their jobs from gaming companies to learn how to work in the oil fields. Yeah, I like that. I think that's very good. Mark of Reality joins us for $10. There's a YouTuber called The Fat Electrician. Oh, I haven't heard of him. Thank you. I'm going to go check him out. According to him, skip trade school, call electrician companies, and ask if you can just get a job there doing anything. Become qualified. OJ18. Cool. Thank you, Mark. Always bringing the knowledge. Love it. Our Rob or Ross for €2. No, £2. What is that? I love? No.
I think it's a heart.
Oh, I love Call Me Chato. Yep. That's why I was saving it for Chato. You're loved by our Rob or Ross. So do you. You love Paul Chato. Call Me Chato.
I was
Cool.
like, I love 3D. Or
Yeah, that's what I thought it
I3D
was.
or Paul Chato. I'm like, what am I reading here?
Mark Daly for $5. Paul is right. The left is life's losers, the freaks who felt scorned by normal traditional culture, so they want to destroy it. Mark always bringing it based and straight.
They want a nanny state. They want to perpetually tell us what to do. And whether you're talking about the right or normies like us reacting to them or liberals like us reacting to them, almost everything is a reaction to what the left have been trying to do. The right, for the most part, aren't trying to make everybody's life miserable. So even when I talk to America First people, which is a growing movement, I don't know how many there are out there, which is always depressing. They're not the nicest people, and it concerns me. But I blame I blame the left for.
That's because we don't have White Pride Day. Damn it. We need some white.
I want just normal pride, normal family Pride Day. Just
that would be good.
Well,
American.
That being said, I have mentioned this before. When I was working on my business full time, the number of people, CEOs in Toronto, downtown Toronto, Fortune 500 companies who were gay, of female or male stripe, were considerable, more than you might think. And guess what? They are freakishly conservative. Like,
why? I don't. Yes, I would agree with it.
Not a single person that I dealt with or did business with was left. So everyone can have conservative perspective.
I always believed in the conservative, the small conservative that Plato used to say: God, tradition, family, history, community. Yeah. Or he said God back then. Yeah. Mexican Iron Man, the great one and only Mexican Iron Man for $10. Dear white people, whoever is in charge of your PR strategy totally sucks. You guys need a new PR firm. For my part, I want to thank Anglo Nation for all you guys did to make my life easier. Well, you're welcome. Appreciate you. Love you, Mexican Iron Man.
I think the PR is being handled by the same people who handle the Views PR, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Paul has to get going. Paul, bless you. Thank you for coming, my dear friend. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Paul. Well, they can find me at Call Me Chato, and I have my latest Sydney Sweeney video, trying to a very different take, folks. I'm not playing other people's complaints on the video. I give the reason. The purity test reason for why everybody is doing it. So go to Appalling News and have some fun. And you guys have fun for the rest of this show and the rest of Sunday. And we'll see you next week or whenever. You guys are great. I love you all.
Can't make me.
Paul's complaining she didn't show enough skin.
Yeah, well,
I wanted to see a little boobage, but
Paul knows how to be an underwear model. I've seen the pictures.
Yes, it's true. I'm very delectable. See you, everyone.
See you, Paul. Thank you. By the way, Verbal, did you see that I don't know what the fuck to call it, tweet? Because you can't say an X, can you? Can you say an X?
I just say tweet, man. I still call it Twitter shit. I mean,
did you see the tweet I sent you where I said Verbal, they're throwing shade at your girl? Did you hear that guy? that video the other day?
No.
You know, oh, come
Wait,
on.
which girl?
Sydney Sweeney. I said verbal. They're throwing shade at your girl. And it was a video. And the guy was talking about Sydney Sweeney. Come on. You had to have seen it. Hold on.
I might have.
No, because this guy was, where is he? Here it is.
I don't really read all of my notifications, so I have no idea.
Oh, now you tell me.
I mean, no. I mean, my comments.
I know,
a lot
I
of
know
times.
that. No, it wasn't a comment. It was a. Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh no, I saw this idiot.
This guy
sitting around here jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Like, I hope y'all understand that. Like, guys, fellas, compadres, no woman is sitting around going, gee, I wish some dirty ass dude who washes himself on Tuesday only with a greasy ass mullet was thirsting after my ass right now. That is not a thought. That is not a thought that is going through any woman's head right now. They also don't wish they look like her. She is incredibly basic. She's so fucking basic that she was the perfect candidate for a white supremacist jean commercial. And like, if you're a dude who legitimately, like, if I were to ask you as a dude, hey, who are your top 10 women, right? And Sydney Sweeney was on that list, and if Sydney Sweeney was anywhere close to the top, I would just assume that you never experience women. And I use.
Well, neither is he because he's gay. So I mean, it's kind of weird hearing a gay guy.
There's no way
people about their top 10.
No way.
Wow.
That's why I was like, come on.
And this is part of the problem too, is that a lot of what is considered supposed to be sexy or trendy is being decided by gay dudes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
And I don't think women understand how much gay dudes like don't want them to be attractive, man. I remember it really quickly. I remember when I was married, like, and it was like back in 2003. My wife at the time loved America's Next Top Model, right? And I'd watch it with her because she'd watch my stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch this.
Bullshit. We know why you watched it.
All right, Don.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, there were some hot women.
Tyra was smoking him, man.
But you know, it got really annoying with Tyra Banks and her army of gays. But you know what? We watch it, and it's funny because like it'd be like the hottest women taking the hottest pictures, and the gay guys on the panel hated all of the super hot women, right? But they loved all the weird looking women, right? And it was all in the name of high fashion, right? Because high fashion is supposed to be edgy, so you can't have like traditionally attractive women be in high fashion. But that's how gay men see.
That's because culture has turned into a snake eating its own tail. Yeah, that's because it's turned into a snake eating its own tail at this point, because gay men used to try to emulate actual beautiful women like Marilyn Monroe and all that kind of business. And now the culture has shifted, and you got Queer Eye for the straight guy, and you got actual women taking makeup and hair and clothing tips from fucking trans men.
Which is weird.
That is where we've gotten, and that's why you look at all these women and go, why do they all look like ugly fucking whales? Well, that's why.
It's not
because
from,
it doesn't.
They're not taking makeup advice from trans men. They're taking it from drag queens.
Same difference. What's the difference? At
Well,
this point?
There's
a small difference, but not
much.
Well, a lot of the makeup techniques that makeup artists and women use now are all taken from drag queens. Like it's a lot of it has come from drag
That's
queens.
kind of my point. Yeah. And it's this over exaggerated thing. Yeah.
And that's why I think that's why there's a huge shift from like Instagram baddies, makeup from 2016 and for like the past few years. There's a shift going from all of that, so heavy makeup, to very clean makeup, which is like barely anything there. There's a shift because like that's way too much. It's way too much to put on your face. And I don't think a lot of women are really resonating with these makeup tips anymore. So they're moving away from it and going back to just your regular face, as opposed to everybody sort of like taking the same makeup tips and looking the same. But yeah, a lot of makeup techniques are taken from drag queens, and it's different than trans, because drag queens have like special techniques that they have to do to perform. So it lasts a very long time. So it is a different technique than what trans women use. But it's still taking makeup techniques from men, which is why like if you have a girl on the red carpet like Jenna Ortega or
Is that what
Rachel
happened to
Zegler
her?
some of her magazine covers, the makeup looks wild. It looks
Horrible.
insane and horrible. It's because a lot of these techniques that are picked up from drag queens.
But Steph, is that what happened to
it's sad
Jenna
what Jenna
Ortega?
Ortega has done.
Is that what happened to her, to Jenna Ortega the other day in that picture that I saw? Or is that
No,
made?
that's a new fad. It's a new fad. It's like it's modern goth with the shaved eyebrows. So if you look up modern goth, you'll see a lot of shaved eyebrows.
I like goth. I grew up with goth, but that doesn't look like
it's not that kind of goth.
It's completely different. It's modern goth, and the reason she did it like that is because she was on the red carpet for Wednesday.
Mhm.
But it looked terrible. Add to that, like I really think that she had buccal fat removal, which is why she looks
What's
a lot
that?
different. Her
Yeah,
face is
I
no
think she
longer
did. I think she
rounded.
did.
Yeah, which is why her face is no longer rounded. Buccal fat removal is actually something that's pretty new, and you see a lot of people doing that, and it gives you that sort of like sucked in cheek look. But the problem with doing that is that it makes you look a lot older. Because that is something that happens naturally as you age. You start thinning out in your cheek area because you start losing, that cute little that plump skin. Well, now people like people on Instagram, plastic surgery has become like completely normal, right? It's so normalized now that it doesn't matter. Like people will defend any type of surgery that you get because it's just so normalized right now. But buccal fat is something simple. It's easy to do. It lasts a very long time, but it ages you a lot. And because she had that cute little plump round face,
Yeah, nice face.
it looks drastically different now.
Yeah,
It
she
doesn't
looks
look-
different,
Yeah.
man. Like not
Wish I
even.
got rode hard and put away wet.
And for me, it's weird because as an actress, you want to look as young as possible, right?
Especially
so
for
why
women.
would you do that to yourself?
I agree. Let's finish these up, and then we'll jump over to Naked Gun. Skull Leader 2016 gave $50. Thank you, Skull Leader. You are the man. Thank you. Thank you, Skull Leader. That's a beauty. The left does nothing but praises Margaret Semantics found Margaret. Is that Margaret Sanger's founder of Planned Parenthood, who want to reduce population of non-white races through amputation? People lie, need to learn history. I agree with you. There are a lot of liars around, and they're doing
abort.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I just didn't want to say it, but I saw it after
sorry.
I said, no, you're right. It's okay. I caught it at first. I didn't get it. And I was like, oh, then I'm like, I get what he's trying to do. Thank you for that, Skull Leader. Always over the target. I nailed it beautifully. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And then we got Razorburn, my favorite Rivethead, $2. Joey Swall bowed down and bent the knee. I know. We talked about that the other day. He bent it. But hopefully he'll come back, find his way back. Because I think it was actually Steph last week that said it and Verbal that he's supposed to be a decent guy.
He is a good guy.
That was out of his depth.
He's a decent guy. He actually came back already.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, he came back already, but the way he came back sort of like rubbed people the wrong way.
How did he come back?
Well, because like they were showing some girl at the gym, because that's what he does. He calls out like really bad gym culture and gym behavior. And before he like got into his truck, it said, "Don't you wish there was someone out there to call out this bad behavior?" And then he sort of like stood on his high horse and was like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be here." But he should have just come back and called it out.
Instead of don't
because that's what people follow him for.
Well, he's probably still a little butthurt that people turned on
I
him.
think so,
But
yeah.
Well, you don't apologize when you've done nothing wrong. Ever. There's no reason for it. Thank you for that, Razorburn. Mr. Burger for $10. If you haven't, check out Mr. Burger. Go subscribe. Mr. Burger is making an animated sitcom. Support creators that don't hate you, don't blame you, and just want to entertain you. Sign up for our Kickstarter tomorrow. Hail Slayer Nation. Mr. Burger, if you could please send the link, because I don't have Fletcher Williams here today. Send the link to one of the mods in the chat so we can post it everywhere. I need to get you to make a Slayer sitcom. We got to talk. Thank you, Mr. Burger. And please go subscribe to Mr. Burger. We also have our Rob or Ross again. I love Chato. Also, I'm a bit drunk. Being a bit drunk is a good thing. It's Sunday. You got to rest and recharge. We got you. Thank you for that. Walter White Walker for $2. My jeans are 34 waist, 36 long, and blue. Cool. I like that Walter White Walker. So you're with Sydney. Jose Taco, member for 15 months. Like ugly women advising Jenna Ortega. Fire them. Steph says it's a new fad, but I think she looks horrible. I trust Steph. Mark of Reality for $5. Who has the better endowment? Drag queens or trans women? Hey, we're about to find out, because you know what? I think Richard Dawson, if anybody remembers him, is rolling in his grave. Mark Daly for $5 is the last one. My grandpa used to say, a little bit of powder, a little bit of paint makes your baby look like what she ain't.
Oh, no.
I love Mark Daly. I love you, Mark Daly. Well, this week, Steve Harvey got Richard Dawson to roll in his grave. This is what happens on Family Feud. Come on. What the? I fucking hate that it does that. It's like you get a nice setup, and the next thing you know. Okay.
You can get. Listen, I take it short or long. Oh, Steve Harvey, it's okay to freeball. We're freeballing today all day.
He had a trans special Family Feud.
Jeez. Well, you know what? I'm not surprised.
Steve Harvey?
Is this why Ray Combs did that to himself? I mean,
I have no idea.
I'm not surprised. And by the way, Steve Harvey is.
All he talks about is.
Let's just say he's very woke.
Okay, that's not
he's
how
the
he.
Dumb shit who fucked up the Oscars. He can't even read.
But he's always coming around about Jesus and God and God.
Well, he's one of those self-righteous pricks, man. He's one of those guys who kind of like Bill Cosby back in the day, where I say even worse though, worse than Bill Cosby, because what Steve Harvey does is he tries to be this proponent, this champion of black women, right? So his whole shtick is coming down on black men for not being good enough for black women, yet he cheats on every black woman he's with.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. So,
so he's a hypocrite.
Big hypocrite. Pretty much.
Okay, well then Hollywood, there you said it. That explains the whole thing. Yeah, because so it goes on.
Well,
and
he's
all
just living up to the stereotype, Verbal. Don't you understand? I mean,
but they go on. They talk about free balling and who has and who hasn't
about it.
No, not at all.
No, I know, but I'm just being a shit. He's a dumbass.
Plus, I discovered a new sport that's been around for 10 years that I thought was AI and wasn't real. Has anybody heard of hobby horsing?
Oh dear God, I've seen this.
What?
Hobby horsing is real. I'm working on a video about it because I thought I had a stroke watching.
If y'all haven't seen this, it's wild.
Talk about woke, because these people do not want the methane from horses from equestrian. So here is hobby horsing.
It's part 2 of my dressage round in the biggest competition in the world. So we start out here in collected walk, and I do transition to extended walk. And I think it's really smooth. I really like this. It feels very calm.
Why does this seem like some weird sexual
I have a good stretch there on the horse. Good stretch.
Well, Tom, you may not be wrong there, buddy.
I have seen this before.
The
Yeah, I did.
hell is that?
Yes,
I couldn't believe
she
it
is
when I first found it either.
Yep, she is the horse, DA. That's the point. She is
Well,
playing.
she got the little pole of the head of the whatever. Is that between her legs?
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's enjoying that quite a bit.
It's like she's riding it. It's like when Happy Gilmore puts the golf club between his legs.
Basically.
This is a sport.
Oh, he's
There's
not
an
getting
actual
off on it
sport.
though.
It is a sport. She's on. Oh, wait. I have one more. Wait till you see the other one. But let this girl finish. See, they carry the stick between their legs. They go up and down, and they prance like a horse.
Do a transition to passage, which comes now. And this transition is just so satisfying. I'm really happy with this passage.
Satisfying.
I think I have good activation of the legs. I feel like I'm very
This is happening.
even in the steps, and I'm pointing my toes, right? Here comes the...
There are actual judges judging this.
Piaf, which is 12 steps. So my biggest challenge in the Piaf is staying in the same spot. And you have a great marker there with the yellow
You better
line.
be very
I
hot when
think
she gets
I'm
older.
moving a
'cause-
little bit, but not too much. So I continue
I think
here
she
in
already
passage
is
out
older, Verbal.
again
That's the
to
problem.
the short side of the arena, where I'm now preparing for the extended canter. And you'll see me here in a
You
bit
don't come back to
smiling,
this.
because this is what I've
No.
been practicing on and failing over and over and over again. And here
Look at
comes...
that girl in the background just practicing away.
It's not bad. could be better. I think I need a little more strength to make it perfect. Here comes a double pirouette to the right.
Oh my
and
god!
by this point, I'm really tired. You can see
They
that
have
in my
they have names for these things.
Yes. Oh God.
Where's this at? What country is this in?
Finland is where it started, but it has crept
That
through
makes so
Europe
much sense.
and Canada, and they're trying to bring it to the USA. It's starting in May.
You know what? I'll worry when it comes to the Olympics. That's when I'll be concerned.
They've already talked about bringing it to the Olympics. I'm not joking.
I'm not gonna lie, I might watch that.
Wait till you watch.
Yo,
this
if the
one.
chicks are hot, if they hot, I'll watch anything.
Yeah,
man.
that's
That's the thing. But
yeah,
let's go.
What the fuck is this?
The problem is they're not hot.
It's the same
What
shit,
the fuck
right?
is
Yeah,
this?
well, that's the problem. Yeah, they got to get hotter chicks.
Oh God, is this a guy?
Yeah, watch. This is fun.
I'm not watching this. That's a fucking brony.
That is fucking.
Oh no.
I want to see one of them take a face plant. Please tell me one of them takes a face plant.
Dude, no. We peaked. Humanity peaked. We peaked back in like the 90s, dude.
Are these kids? I hope they're kids. They look
They're
like kids.
18.
I don't think they're all
and
kids.
above.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
I didn't bring the 16-year-old. I didn't want
Humanity
to.
had a good run. You know, it's time to end the series.
Okay. I feel like we're in the Matrix. We've just discovered we're in the Matrix.
We have a bunch of kidults right now. Is the problem?
This is why they won't talk to us, man. The aliens, they see this shit, they just.
No intelligent life here.
I get a lot of shit, but I'll tell you what. There's a lot of kidults out there, and they've got a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah. Steph has to get going. Thank you, Steph, for coming. I always love when you're here. Hope to see you next Sunday if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Please tell everybody what you got coming up, where they can find you, and everybody go subscribe to My Nerdy Home, Steph. She's amazing.
I think I should have a gaming stream with Disbrew coming up, but then after that on my YouTube channel, I have Talk Nerdy Tonight. It's pretty much I'm going over the same topics plus a few new ones, a few different ones that sort of interest me and have conversations with you guys in chat. And I usually have a host with me, but she can't join me, so it's just going to be me. So come and say hi, and let's have conversations together.
We will do that. All right, everybody, go check My Nerdy Home out tonight. Be there, and we'll see her next week. But yeah, we have peaked. I've been trying to wake up all day. When I found that, like, I want out. I'm not a battery, trying to get out of the damn tube.
Yeah, no, this is
It didn't work.
This is like the decline of civilization right here, man. This is crazy.
I mean, what's next? I have no idea.
And no, the craziest part is how serious like these people take this sport or shit sport. This thing.
You called it a sport. They got
that was a slip of the tongue.
They got you, bro.
That was,
You called it a sport.
They did. They got you there.
Man, that was a slip of the tongue, man.
That's how it starts.
What stage of the Mouse Utopia is this? Remember when things were going off the rails? I think we're in the last stages of the Mouse Utopia.
Dude, that is
crazy, man.
Can you imagine the parent taking your kid to this?
Mom, I want to stick between my legs with a horse on
Can you imagine being a father and your son saying he wants to do this as a sport?
You know what I'd be? You know what I would say? You ain't fucking mine. I don't know who your mom fucked. You are not mine.
Dude, I swear, if I had a son who said he wanted to do this, I would literally throw some boxing gloves at him, kick him in the backyard. Yeah, there's no way.
I will tell you somebody who does get the times we're living in, and how this was really fun. It was Liam Neeson. He showed up at Naked Guns premiere. It's pretty cool.
For coming, and we'd like to welcome the star of the show, Liam Neeson.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Please laugh out loud. Eat giggles. That's as far as I can do now. Spoiler alert. There's no zombies.
And no
superheroes.
And no.
Pedro Pascal. Enjoy.
You know, it's made it all the way to Liam Neeson. It's got to annoy the shit out of him. But
I know everybody in Hollywood has to talk about how overexposed Pedro is. They got to all be talking about it, man.
Saying about it's hit the mainstream now, right? Like it's he's almost more famous for being overexposed than he was ever famous for being an actor at this point.
Yeah,
I agree. So who saw Naked Gun?
I did.
Oh,
I'm
me
watching
too.
it tonight.
Well, cool. All right, I won't spoil it for you, but what did you think, Derek?
Oh man, not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but since I haven't had a movie experience where I got to laugh in the theater and everybody else was laughing, I enjoyed myself immensely. I thought it was very funny, and I think they need to go back to this style of comedy. I would love to see more spoofs like we used to get back in the day. Just bring it back, man, because this stuff was awesome, man. Just watch it. It was a joke a minute, and it's like every joke didn't land, but it just had you in a good mood. And so you were ready to laugh. And then when something like even mildly funny, happened, you just laughed, So yeah, I had a great time with it, man. I enjoyed it. I hope I'm nervous about them doing a sequel, but I know they'll probably do a sequel, but we'll see. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Tom, what about you? Where did you land?
I
on
enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yep.
So for those who want to know where I'm coming from, though, I grew up as a fan of the Police Squad.
Oh yeah.
So I never even saw Naked Gun until years later. When I saw it, it felt like to me like a greatest hits album by a band that re-records all their greatest hits. So it's not quite as good as the first time out, but it was still all right. And the other issue I had with the original films is that the original Police Squad show felt like it was in the same universe as Airplane, right? Where everybody was in on the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody was just as dumb as the main characters. But in the Naked Gun movie, for some reason, it felt like they plucked those characters out of the Airplane world and plopped them into our world. So like the Police Squad group, they were idiots, but the rest of the world was normal.
Right.
Now you still have some of that here, but you're also leaning back into the Airplane world here, which I enjoyed. So in my opinion, I would say this is probably the best of all the Naked Gun movies besides the first one. Because I thought the second and third ones kind of just went more downhill in that kind of range of stupidity. To where this actually feels like it's getting back into that whole idea of this is a world that is, the whole world is like this. It's not just Frank, right? Like that's kind of what it feels like. And Liam Neeson killed it. He did a great job with the deadpan humor. Most of his bits land. I mean, sure, you've seen some of the better bits in all the trailers. I'm not going to deny that. And I'm kind of disappointed because I'd heard from somebody who had seen an earlier screening of this before it must have got cut down to the 80 minutes that it is, that there was a bunch more OJ jokes. And in fact, one of them landed really well. But surprisingly, the only one that I remember in the movie is the one that's in the trailer. Yeah. So they must have cut all those out. So I'm curious if there isn't like an extended, unrated, and overindulgent cut of this coming at some point. That'd be great. But as far as like the success of it, it did better than they anticipated. I mean, I had said last week, if it does better than 15 million, that's a win for this movie because it only had a $45 million budget. And considering comedies are practically non-existent right now, I think the reason this is doing so well and Happy Gilmore have done so well, it's kind of what we were talking about earlier, is now they're the movies we don't see. They're like the new superhero movies. Right. Like Happy Gilmore 2 caused more excitement than the latest Marvel film. Imagine that. Right? Like that's where we're at in this world right now. And I feel like the Naked Gun just happened to slip in there at the right time, in the right place. And sure, 2 years ago, I don't know if this would have been as good. 2 years from now, we'll probably be bombarded with comedies like this, so it could have got lost. But at the end of the day, I think it's a fun film. I think most people will get out of it what they expect. The chemistry is great between these two.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up. I love that.
Yeah, the supporting cast is great. Like you guys were saying, most of the jokes land, and it's such a tight movie that it doesn't overstay its welcome, which is great too. So yeah,
I thought she was actually. I was surprised. I was surprised at her. She and
almost better than Lisa Marie was in the originals.
I
right?
was I didn't want to say that,
was
but
funny.
She was. I didn't
really
expect that from. Didn't expect that from her, but she pulled it off. She pulled it off. I think you're going to enjoy it. I enjoyed the first 45 minutes. It was just the jokes are great. I think the last part of Act 3 for me slowed down, but I still loved it. watch it
I
again.
think this movie's going to do well. I think, honestly, the fact that there's no comedies really out, you could leave this in theaters for a long time. And when people are hankering for a good comedy, they'll just, hey, Naked Gun's still out. Let's go watch it. I think this, and that's what I would do if I was in the driver's seat for this film. I would just leave it in theaters all the way through the end of fall, you know, and just let people just hang out. Hey, there's some comedy, because there's not, how many comedies are coming out, you know, in the next 2 to 3 to 4 months. Here's a comedy. If you're looking for a comedy, I would just leave it there.
Spinal Tap is about the only thing, but I don't think Paramount will. I think sadly in about 4 weeks we're going to see this on streaming, and because they know that's where their audience is. If anything, this movie doing this well in theaters is kind of a bonus. I don't even think they were anticipating it doing this well, because the numbers coming into it were like 15 million. So the fact that it's going to look like it's going to do closer to 17 million or more is actually a good surprise for them. So good on them.
Also, we had Jennifer Salke's War of Worlds, because she greenlit. If y'all haven't seen it, the War of Worlds with Ice Cube on Amazon Prime. Don't waste your time.
I heard it's even funnier.
You mean it wasn't meant to be a comedy? Oh shit!
No, it was not meant to be. But again, that's why probably another reason.
I thought it was the new scary movie.
It's probably why she's no longer with him, because she would put duds out like this. I was reading about it right on World of Real. Where did you go? There you are. And World of Real, I really like it. I find that 8 times out of 10 they're a good source. I also like their writing. But the writer here stating about the film. Last week, Ice Cube starring War of the Worlds, a film wrap production 5 years ago, was finally dumped on Amazon Prime. Apparently, the film's plot feels like a 2-hour commercial for Amazon. Tech Radar says the film is a serious contender for the worst movie of the year, primarily because it turns into a long-form Amazon advertisement, framing the company both as hero and ominous corporate power with muddled thematic intent. In War of the Worlds, an Amazon delivery man in full gear drives a branded truck. Entire delivery drone sequences, including an Amazon checkout interface and gift card bribe, are key plot elements. No, really, they bribe a homeless man with a $1,000 Amazon gift card.
That's too funny.
That's the movie.
Where's he going to have it sent to?
Yeah, I know. That's the movie.
I'm in the alley at the corner of 5th and 8th Street.
Yeah. Why would Ice Cube do it? That's what I just.
Yeah.
Why would Ice Cube?
Well, it was during the pandemic, right? So you know,
money. I was just going to say.
But he has money.
Wasn't he semi-canceled for a half second there? For talking to Trump and not taking
oh,
the jab.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Because
So he probably did this out of desperation.
Plan or whatever. Yeah. The Biden administration never listened to him. You know, says Trump was willing to listen to him, and the Biden administration, oh yeah, we'll do it after we win the election. And then they won the election, and Ice Cube never heard back from him. So yeah, and people started giving them the blues because he said, I would talk to anybody that's looking to help the Black community. I don't care who it is. You know? Yeah, and then he got a lot of heat for that because you'll talk to Trump. Like, yeah, I'll talk to Trump too. If he's the president, he can help the community. I'm gonna talk to him. You know, makes sense to me, but apparently it didn't make sense to the left, and so they canceled him.
Unbelievable. Plus, this weekend we had in Cleveland the unveiling of a new Superman statue.
Oh yeah,
the creators. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's time to look up, as they say in the movie. Look up at Superman. As soon as they get it up.
They can get it off. Oh, nice. Looks very 90s in its style, but yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
That's the old school S. Okay.
Yeah. They went old school.
Those are the creators.
The creators. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's pretty cool to do it now.
Yeah.
It looks like
Where
the
is this
Action Comics. Cleveland. I want to go see it. It's in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to go and see. What is it? A certain building or something? I guess I can look it up.
Yeah.
There's this big deal in Cleveland because there's a bunch of stuff there.
It doesn't say. If you find out, Derek, let me know. And now I'm going to show you a trailer. This is a $175 million Paul Thomas Anderson movie, the guy who did, There Will Be Blood, and it's 165 minutes. It's with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's coming out in a few months, and it's called One Battle After Another. I couldn't believe he's going almost 3 hours. It's longer than There Will Be Blood. Where did you go? And Ryan Coogler, do you know he's gearing up for Black Panther 3 for a 2028 release? I didn't think he would return.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Did not see that coming.
Money, 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 money.
But he just did Sinners.
Money.
I know, but Sinners.
Yeah, Sinners was probably his pitch for Blade. I'm still not convinced it wasn't, because he turned around and bought a bunch of fucking costumes from the Blade production that never happened. It's like, gee, it's just so convenient that they happen to have all these time period costumes for no good fucking reason.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that article is is fucking hilarious too, because they're like, yeah, we're not concentrating on Blade or any of this. We just don't want to just jump into it and make it about a guy in leather killing vampires. It's like, that's literally what Blade is, you idiot.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, no, instead we're gonna do Black Panther 3. It's like, you fucking retarded.
The thing that tripped me out is they said we're not leaning into Blade, which is probably the easiest movie to do if you're trying to get some goodwill for Marvel right now. You get, and you called it out, Tom. I did a video about it. I said, like you said in a tweet, because you responded, go get Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
go get Wesley Snipes and do Old Man Blade. Give him a trilogy. And that would win back a lot of goodwill right now for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hell yeah.
For Marvel in general. People love Wesley Snipes when he showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Went crazy.
Everybody went nuts in the theater. It's like,
there's only one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
Yeah, just that line alone.
That line alone. Okay,
that line got the biggest reaction through the whole movie both times I saw it.
I know they want to work with Mahershala Ali, and honestly, I thought Mahershala would make a really, really good Blade. But you've screwed.
Yeah, it's not about him.
Screwed it up. It's over. Okay.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago, right? Like, now he is Old Man Blade too. That's the problem.
That took so long. Yeah, but who doesn't love Blade? There you go, Derek. There's the address.
Okay.
Dead Man gave it to us.
Dead Man. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get over there and check it out, man. That's dope.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff over there for the original creators and Superman and stuff. Yeah,
it's like a museum or something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I can't wait. But is anybody? Oh, they also, the rumor is they signed on for Black Panther 3, Denzel Washington.
For what?
I don't. They said for unknown role. Unknown role. I think they're trying to.
They should be more worried about recasting Black
He might be the
Panther.
villain.
Yeah, probably. Verbal, you're not wrong.
He's probably the villain.
Has he ever played a villain? No, it's been.
Yeah, didn't he in the new Gladiator Training Day?
I remember one interview. He said it depends on your perspective.
Training Day, he was a villain.
Yes, I know he was.
King Kong ain't got shit on him.
Yeah, I love that. I love Training Day.
That's still one of my favorite Denzel movies, man.
Hell yeah. Well, I like Crimson Tide a lot too. I like him in Crimson Tide with Gene Hackman. It was great.
I always thought, man, like if they had really done like a good Green Lantern film, Training Day would have been a great model for that Green Lantern movie. Where he has Sinestro being like the Denzel character, and then training the young Green Lantern, but he's corrupt as hell.
My favorite one is when he goes to Mexico as that bodyguard. Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Love that because I love the original too.
Yeah.
Here we go. I don't know if I'm up for a 3-hour movie from Paul Thomas Anderson, but he's pretty. I like Paul Thomas Anderson. He
looks good so far.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen a 165-minute, almost 3-hour movie. Thing in that.
It sounds like what's his face, Kendrick.
Is that what it is?
It kind of sounds like. I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Kendrick.
It looks interesting, but you know what I liked about this is DiCaprio. Not going after girls in diapers anymore, but going in movies, not on Netflix, not on streaming. I think the actors should separate and do like Cruise does. Either make movies or make television.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the lines are blurred now, man. So now it's like because you'll do a movie for streaming and then they might release it on the theater first. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you know what
It's
I'm
hard.
saying?
It's hard to do that now.
But it changes perceptions. I believe it changes perception. I mean, think of why do we still think of Cruise as a movie star? He's never going to be on your television.
Well, Brad Pitt, before he did F1, he did a movie for Apple Plus. So I mean, it's
He did. But do you consider him in the league like Cruise, like a true star?
Brad Pitt?
Yes.
I'm asking
He's
some
right
people.
there
don't.
with
Oh,
him
yeah,
and
absolutely.
Leo.
But yeah, but how much crap was there over that Verbal? We're not getting Wolves 2 because of that shit. Now.
Well, no, I get that, but what I'm saying
And
is,
it kind of sucked because I liked that movie.
yeah, I don't know if studios are. We're past the point now where doing TV is taboo for a movie actor. You know.
You don't think
I
it
mean,
still is
the line has been
psychologically-
blurred. See, the thing
Yeah.
is, the line has been blurred because I remember when Stallone talked about this because he's the first one who kind of made a big deal out of it finally. Because he when he first did the first season of Tulsa King, he made it sound like this was not going to be a normal thing for him.
Right.
Because television is a big, step down for guys like this, right? So for him,
Or it used to be, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be. So like, yeah, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this, but he ended up loving doing it so much that that's why he's come back to it and whatnot. But like, yeah, it's normally seen as a step down in an actor's kind of career to do television. But with streaming, it's a little different because a lot of these streaming shows are shot with budgets like films. They're shot like films.
Right.
They're not shot like television anymore. They're more prestigious. So, I mean, stuff like that, I can see. I mean, even Martin Scorsese had to finally kind of just break down and work with Apple and streamers because he knew he couldn't get the kind of money he wanted to make movies just for theaters. And
now when you have these movies, getting nominated for Oscars and shit like that, then it's
You don't think it would help?
streaming is
You don't think it would help Hollywood at all if they went back to separating them out?
I think
Well,
the
it's too
future is going to be
late.
like F1. Yeah, I think the future is going to be like F1. I think
Okay.
the studios have to understand that their streaming services are not like Netflix, right? They have to understand that their streaming service is basically just HBO 2.0 or Showtime 2.0 or whatever. It's cable 2.0. And they need to start co-producing these films with the other streamers like Apple, Amazon, and Netflix, and then making deals with them because that's where F1 is working out for everybody. Because what's going to happen now is F1 has done great for Warner Brothers in the box office. Yes, Apple got a little bit of that money, but what they bought into was they have the streaming rights to that movie forever. And I bet you when that drops on Apple Plus, that is going to be probably, I can already see stories coming out saying that Apple Plus has had their biggest subscriber boost ever since they've launched because of F1 being on there. How much you want to bet?
I believe
this
you.
is
I believe
this is a plus for both of them. And I bet you they're going to look back on this and go, this is what we need to do now for the future. So now the smaller movies, yeah, that's fine. Make a small Clayface movie for $45 million, throw it out in theaters, make your money back, throw it on HBO Max. Nobody gives a shit. But when you're doing a movie like F1 with Brad Pitt and you're spending, $200 million to buy the rights to that, you can't just throw that on HBO Max or throw that on Amazon. You have to be able to put that in theaters first, and then it gets put on a streaming service, and it adds a premium to that. Because people forgot how much of a premium that was. Because when I was in a video store, whenever I'd open up the magazine for the month for the upcoming movies, one thing that they would always do, even if it was some little shit box movie like Crow 3 or 4, right? When those used to come out, you'd think those might be straight to video. No, actually, they threw them in a couple theaters in like New York and LA for a couple of weekends just so they could say it was a theatrical release so they could charge more for it.
Gotcha.
Because that adds a premium to that title. And once they start realizing that again, things are going to shift. And I think Warner Brothers is the first studio that's kind of noticed that. Paramount's starting to notice that. Universal and Disney are the two that really have to come around and start paying attention to this more so. And they'll be the last two to kind of come around to it. But for Apple to make a deal like this is a big deal because they've been very isolated for years, right? Like, because Apple doesn't care. They don't need to advertise and impress anybody with what they're doing.
Right. Well, cool. Thank you for that. You really like Warner Brothers a lot.
It's not that I like them. It's that they're the only
Nothing wrong
studio
with
that is
that.
doing anything, and the fucking press has been against them. And I get a lot of shit for, quote unquote, shilling for them, which I'm not. I'm just pointing out the truth. And if they fuck up, I point it out too. But you have like this whole like ZDS thing going on right now, Zaslow derangement syndrome, And Midnight's Edge and myself are one of the few people that are actually pointing it out.
Okay.
Because they're the only, as Verbal said before, they're the only studio consistently putting out hits, but nobody's saying anything about it.
So
Yet
you
they
think it's because
downgraded
of-
their stock. They've done all this other shit. It's all because Zaslav is a conservative. That's
Oh.
it. And he's a cable guy. And they don't want him coming in and playing movie mogul. They don't like that.
That makes sense. I see what you're saying. Well, good. Man, that's why I said you like them. You like them. Did y'all check out the teaser yet? That they put out for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
and there's a bunch of videos coming out. And don't think this is by mistake. They know they're in trouble. They've got Toby out here going, please come see this movie, basically.
Yeah, here it is.
Did you see him hanging out with fans and shit?
Oh, God, yeah. He was
Yep,
shaking hands, pressing flesh. It's only 9 seconds, but I'm going to show a couple of pictures because the Spidey suit looks like the comics. It's even raised, the webbing. I couldn't believe they did the raised webbing. That's it. That's 9 seconds. I mean, they're doing the little prick tease stuff. Hold on.
They had a little shot of him walking out too.
Yeah, I got it.
You know, wearing it, and the shot of him, you know, with the little kid, taking a picture and everything. Yeah, they know this is huge. They have to. Yeah, this one right here. They have to. This one has to be a home run.
We ready?
I love that suit. You like that suit?
It's a good suit. Oh yeah, man, I love it. The big spider on there versus
Yeah.
that little scarab or whatever the hell it is
Yeah.
he's had on there. These tiny little spiders about this big. Yeah, that looks great, man. I love the suit, man. It looks comic accurate. He's got actual web slingers. Like physical web slingers. You can see them right there on the wrist.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can kind of see. You have to catch some other angles of it. But yeah, it's a comic accurate suit. They got so many different characters, and the only thing I got, you could kind of see it right there as he's walking up.
I got
Yeah,
you.
as he was walking up, you could kind of catch it a little bit from that angle. But there's other pictures of him where you can see it a little bit more clearly. But yeah, they've stacked it, man. They got Hulk. They threw the Hulk in this movie. They have Punisher is going to be in this film. They have Scorpion making a return. They're talking about Mr. Negative, who I'm not as familiar with, but he's supposedly the villain. I mean, this movie is absolutely stacked, and we still don't know who Sadie Sink is going to play. She's probably going to play a very big character. I'm just being honest, guys, and I know a lot of people are like, down on Marvel, but if they nail this, Spider-Man's going to make $1 billion because it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Batman are like the two characters you can almost guarantee people are interested in if they do it right. So I think this is going to be a winner, as long as it's not stupid and woke, and it's just, hey, one of the things they said is that Punisher, Hulk, and Spidey at some point in time are going to fight in the movie. I said they better fight in the movie. If you put all three of those characters in the movie and they don't fight, that's a big problem, and hopefully it's not Smart Hulk. All right, hopefully we're getting Savage Hulk. All right, like we got early in the MCU.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
supposed to be.
the main thing.
I read he's supposed to fight Hulk. The two rumors that I read, I think it was they said you were right. He fights Hulk until they can figure out who the real villain is.
Oh yeah, because Hulk has no idea who he is because of that spell, right? Doctor Strange did, so no one knows anything about Spider-Man.
Tom got bounced. He wants back in. He
Oh.
said, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, Tom, I didn't see that.
I can breathe again. Yeah.
Oh, damn. So yeah,
no,
I
I
think
wonder if what's her face isn't playing the original Mary Jane.
Mm.
Because that's what you guys pointed made. Like we're in a brand new kind of world with, even though the other cast members are coming back supposedly. I don't know how much of a role they're going to play in this.
But the other chick wasn't Mary Jane anyway, right?
Exactly my point. Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing because the original deal with Sony was any characters they used besides Peter Parker were put in moratorium for, I think, 4 years. So that's why they said you have to do Amy Pascal and those guys said you have to do the 25% different versions of these characters. That's why a bunch of these characters were ones that were plucked from Miles Morales' universe and other places and repurposed in different ways. And now that they have the new deal, I don't think that's as much of a problem now. So I think we're going to be starting to see more original versions of Mary Jane and possibly some of the other characters. Maybe even like, Norman Osborn and stuff like that. And I love this costume. I was so jazzed when we had it at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, and I'm glad to see it's returned. It looks a little darker than it did at the end of the movie, but of course that's probably the lighting, because it does have that shine still. Because at first when I saw it in the trailer they released, I wasn't sure, but then when you see him out in public with the people, it's still got that shine to it and everything. So yeah, it's clearly the same one.
But yeah, like Tom was saying, they need this to hit, because right now where Marvel is at, they have nothing before now and Doomsday except just darkness. Because
TV shows is it, yeah.
Pretty much darkness. You summed it up perfectly. Darkness.
Yeah. So yeah, you bringing out, this is your you need Michael Jordan to come off the bench and knock down some shots to get the team back in it. All right, because right now it's looking bad for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they're bringing out the MVP, which is Spider-Man. Listen, I don't have a lot of faith or confidence in Marvel, but I do have faith and confidence in the character of Spider-Man. I have a feeling this is going to be a good movie. That's just how I feel right now. My mind might change as the year progresses, but right now I feel like this is going to be a good movie.
They've handled Spider-Man pretty well with some. So I have faith, especially if the Punisher's in it. I want to see.
Are they going to nerf him though? Right? Are they going to make him like a?
I hope not. I hope not. That's the cool. They did announce that the King
PG-13 movies and TV shows, and just kind of like, I love John Bernthal as Punisher in Daredevil season 2. That was phenomenal work. I don't think we'll ever see that Punisher again, though, man.
Well, we saw it for a few moments. Wasn't that episode 8 in the new Daredevil? Dante, we were talking about that. Like, it was there for a few moments.
Yeah, we saw him in the season finale.
Yeah, where he's like fighting across the bedroom. Like, it was just for seconds. Like, they didn't. But we're gonna do 2 more things and we're gonna wrap up. Disney is working with a couple of guys. They want to help you. They want to share their Disney values. This is interesting. It's for all the Pedros who like to go up and down.
Of Tinder, Bumble and Hinge, finding a date these days is as simple as swiping right. But what if you could meet your match with a guarantee you had something very special in common?
The new Single Riders app is looking to bring adult Disney fans and other theme park enthusiasts together, offering a dose of magic and adventure while they build connections on roller coasters. Yep. And we welcome the creators of Single Riders app, Joe Lastoria II from Florida. Adam Tucker is there for.
So we understand that, right? There is going to be a Disney theme park dating app. So you can date people who like roller coasters and theme parks.
Yeah, that's it's funny because I literally just this morning dropped a video about a Disney dating app, a dating app for Disney adults. So
yeah, this is it.
I guess this weird shit is happening, man. Like, Disney adults are a thing.
I didn't know that.
And it's kind of weird. Look, man, and you gotta understand, you're talking to somebody who goes to like Comic-Con three times a year, right? So I get it might be like the pot calling the kettle black here, right? but there's something weird about Disney adults, man.
No, these Disney adults, what they exist for is like, I mean, they're basically people who don't have kids. And are big kids themselves. And 9 times out of 10, they're either gay, lesbian couples, or whatever, who can't have kids.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
That's and that's why all these shows and movies have been gearing toward and leaning into this bullshit. Because this is their new audience. Because they don't have families anymore. Families have basically turned them off.
Well, listen to the guy who's developing it. Why he developed it.
Let me guess, he's queer as fuck.
No, he didn't say.
Great to see you. Morning. All right, let's start with you, Joe. What inspired this idea, and how does it actually work?
Sure. Yeah. So about 2 years ago, I was on the dating apps, and I ended up getting stood up on a date. So I did what any other Orlando local does, and I went to Disney, and I actually started drinking. But I was just, well, you're kind of.
And that's how I became a day drinker.
I just realized that, like, Disney and theme parks are so important, and they're such an important part to me. We needed a place to be able to find other people that share the same passion, and that's when I made the idea. I made a TikTok about it, and it blew up. People were so excited about it, and that's basically 2 years later. Here we are working on it, and the app's going to work very similarly to the other apps, but
I don't know why it just doesn't sound. It sounds odd to me. A Disney dating app for people who like up and down road. I don't know. It's stuck in my head. It just doesn't seem to meld.
It's weird. It's weird stuff, man.
Like what you go? Do you like the castle? I like the castle. Would you like to go to the castle together and we can castle each other? I mean, like what? I don't know. It's you want to go to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? I don't know.
Talk goofy to me, baby.
I know.
Gosh,
Does anybody else find this odd?
You know what? In your hoo.
It's really weird, man.
Davina, do you find this odd? Davina always has great insight. Or is it just me? It's just
no,
me.
you ain't the only one that finds it weird, man.
Okay.
Very strange.
Thank you.
Very strange.
No, I'm not a Disney adult. No, not a Disney. It is creepy. Okay, Davina. She said it. Crispy. Creepy as fuck. Where am I going? Crispy. Crispy came out of. All right, that and then this last thing, because I think it's interesting. La Quinta Inn has been under attack in Miami. A boycott started, and now it's spreading across the country as people go to more La Quinta Inns to discover if all the rest of the motel chain have the same issue. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
So what happens is in a Miami La Quinta Inn, a guy checked in, and it's, via computer, and he was talking to an Indian operator. And so they said, why isn't this job being given to American workers? And that's how the boycott started.
2, just in case I lose one.
Yes, I will just make this for you. Just help me with your signature, where it says guest signature. Let me just process your own registration form.
Please wait while we process your registration form. Please note that we have a strict policy of no smoking, no pets, and no visitors allowed in any of our guest rooms. Signature must match the one on your ID. Using your finger, please sign where it says guest signature when you see the form on the screen.
All right, sir. I will just process your room receipt.
It's Bob.
So wait, so they got this kid, I guess he's in India?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's what it is. So instead of having an American
Right.
at La Quinta Inn, they got a monitor and set some kid up in India.
Basically.
That's trash.
This is for everything across the board. I just got into this the other day with, I don't remember what the hell it was about, but I couldn't understand the chick on the other end of the phone. And I'm sitting here thinking the same thing, because I'm like, these places are somewhere some of the most, theft, identity theft is rampant. Yet we're giving them all our information.
I know.
This is about like when you learn that the airplane, like when you learn that the airlines were using inmates to run their call centers. It's like, oh, so great. So we're giving all our personal information to criminals.
Pretty much.
Like this to me, this is what it feels like. Again, it's like, this is the problem with America. Everything is so fucking outsourced. And this is what's sad, is this job could be just done by somebody like us, where they're literally sitting where we're sitting right now,
right
in front of a computer screen, and be making money at home in the US. But no, it's being outsourced to somebody somewhere else.
That's why
who
it's a
can barely
boycott.
speak English.
What? Hey, that's Bob from Kansas. What are you talking about, Tom?
I know. I'm Bob from Kansas. How are you today, George?
I called the other day. I called Xfinity because I was having an issue, and the guy
It is
was
beautiful
like,
in
"My name
downtown
is Mike."
Florida.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, your name is not Mike. Okay. Yeah, it's not.
Like you could have like somebody that's in their early, college kids or whatever that just need a job. It's like, hey, I just need a job, something simple to do that I can do about 4 or 5 hours a day from my house. What kind of jobs you got? That would be perfect for a college student. something real simple just to get some quick bucks. It's like driving Uber or anything else. So I don't see why you need to outsource that job. That's bullshit.
No, I don't, especially in the economy the way it is. But we also have something else. With the way that guy had the computer screen. We had a guy who paid thousands of dollars to take an OnlyFans model to eat.
Her lemonade. You want the biscuits? All right, sweet. Yeah, I'll leave them right there for you. Oh, you got your nails done? Oh,
yeah. And this is sick and terrifying.
oh, whoa! So you're gonna finish your food, and you're not even drinking the ginger ale? Did you start out of passion, or did you start in hopes of getting money? I was supposed to have a twin, but I ate him in the womb. Oh.
Whoops! Can't show that. Anyway, so he took that out. He took her out. Took the computer screen out.
He took a monitor to the damn
I know.
restaurant. That's what he did. He didn't take her out at all.
That's what I was saying. That's
really
like
took her out when you saw the captain.
No, it's the monitor. That's why what I was thinking is my brain was fried there for a second because I'm like, what the hell is going to happen when the robots? Patrick Bet-David was doing an interview this week, and he came out and he released this video. He's like, look, within 10 years, understand and accept the fact that you will be able to walk into a store where there's going to be Elon's or someone else, and you're going to order your robot with skin that feels exactly like a human being's. You're going to pick the hair color, height, boob size. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. It's going to be programmed the way you want to, cook, clean, love. But it hasn't, you haven't earned any of that. It's all programmed. So he was talking about how will society degrade after that point with people
until it turns on you.
Yeah.
Then you're fucked.
But seriously, think about that. We're about 10 years away. It's not that far away.
Yeah,
10 years.
A little further for it to be a realistic looking woman.
Adam, have you seen some of these pictures coming out of Japan
and feel like a realistic woman? I don't know, man. Like
no, they got stuff already where it feels realistic, but they just can't plug a person into it or a mind or a computer into it. But they're getting close. They are getting close. Some of these AI bots that you hear about, they can carry on an actual conversation with you.
Yeah, but are they going to be as crazy as real women?
No, you program them. That's what Patrick Bet-David was talking about. He's like,
turn down the crazy.
You can program them however you want. You could say, I want you to program to worship me, he said, or to love me. But he goes, understand, it's not real. But will people care? That was his point.
They probably won't.
Nah, probably not.
It's as real as it needs to be for the individual.
I mean, right now, you could put on a VR headset and literally become immersed in whatever you're seeing.
I don't know. I know, but that's just thinking.
It's scary, man. I mean, it is scary. It's dystopian. Really?
It is. It is. Wow. All right. And then we have this movie from Keanu Reeves, which is coming out. What do y'all think of it? Play the trailer. One clip and we're out of here. I'm so used to him in Matrix and John Wick that this took me by surprise.
Like, hey, this looked pretty good.
It did. I had the same reaction. Yep. See, I'm with you.
Even Sadie's pissed now. Yes. She's even like, fuck him.
Can't stand Rogan. I don't know how.
He makes my master. Now, if they could have had a better guy in the rich guy role, but I kind of want to see Seth Rogen get his ass fucking handed to him.
Perfect on that line, man.
It was. I gotta hear that again because that was.
It looks funny, man. It looks.
I know, but
really
Seth
good.
Rogen, Seth fucking Rogen.
Wait,
I'd almost
what was
rather
it
have been
called?
Pedro Pascal.
Good Fortune.
Yeah, what was it called?
What is it called?
Good Fortune.
Good Fortune. Okay. Yeah,
Good
I might want to
Fortune.
check that out.
It's October 17th.
And I like Aziz. So
Aziz is funny. I just can't stand Jeff Rogan. Just Seth Rogen, Jeff Rogan. Seth Rogen is just a. Did you ever see that Santa? I
Fuck
reviewed
you,
that.
Rogan. Get away away from my turtles.
Yeah. Did you ever see his Santa? HBO Santa? Oh,
No. That horrible thing. I heard about it, but I never watched it. No.
It was just atrocious. All right. I'm going to read these super chats. And then where the hell did she go? Oh, here it is. I kept losing it. This clip I had to share with the audience just because, you have to share suffering. It's kind of like love. That's the Greek way. Everything good? Here is Nosferatu in her stage debut.
This is supposed to be Jesus, by the way.
Yes, which I cannot believe they had Cynthia Erivo as Jesus, and then I don't know who the hell this guy wearing.
That's Adam Lambert. He's he's the front.
This whole thing's a big fuck you to Christians. Yeah,
it is. It's wrong. But how tall
well,
is he?
Well, it's an all gay production.
Right.
So,
well, we already knew that, but
it's just her hands.
Yeah, it's
her
so
head.
weird, dude.
There's just something
Bald, skinny. Yeah, just
they get the most demonic looking person to play Jesus Christ, which is crazy.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I'm gonna read these super chats and we're out of here.
She looks like a fucking hag raven from Skyrim, dude. Like it's pretty.
I agree. It's horrible. Jason Webster for $5 Australian. I guess some women want to date Goofy and some want to date Daisy Duck. I like that. I like that. It's just odd. Again, it's just creepy. It's like, hey, I want to go date somebody. And do you like Splash Mountain? I don't know. It's just, you want to hang out with kids?
You don't have no idea how weird these Disney adults are, man. And look, and this, again, you're talking to someone who goes to Comic-Con on a regular basis. I see a lot of weird shit. But Disney adults are up there with furries, dude. Like it's that level of crazy.
I like Disney. I like Disney, but I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a limit.
They're bronies, basically, like Dante said. They're just the weirdest fucking people in the world. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Pilgrim Media for $2. American Gangster, best Denzel. That was an awesome film.
That was a great movie. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Walter White Walker for $5. Late to the party on this, but Warrior on HBO is actually really good. Bruce, yes, Warrior is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Unfortunately, they canceled it. I was waiting for the next season. Bruce Lee's writings, great choreography, and innovative language barrier work. Loved it, and I was waiting. Always the stuff you love. Mark Daly is back for another $5. Mark my words, when Kathleen Kennedy finally retires, Jennifer Salke will be her handpicked successor. Why? No. Salke's gone. Good riddance. Don't let the door hit her where the good Lord.
They can keep playing these games if they want to, man, but there's only so much money they can keep losing, you know?
Especially without USAID and BlackRock funding them. Yep. Mark Daly for another $5. Tom is right. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional, and entirely too many people are declining that option. Oh, yeah. We just saw a few tonight. Jason Webster, by the way, thank you, Mark, again for that. Jason Webster for $5 Australian. Even that was better than Ray Gunn's performance in the breaking at the 2024 Paris. You're talking about the horsey hobby, the hobby horse.
He's not wrong. It's less. I don't know if it's less cringe though. Like that's my question.
And you can't even play that. You can't play that anymore. The Olympic Committee has slammed anybody who tried to post clips of that on YouTube to comment on it, to review it. Sydney Watson had done something. She's like, she couldn't get it past, the YouTube check. So she ended up doing the spinning on the floor herself. She goes, it looks like this. I love Sydney Watson. Mark Daly for another $5. I don't know what's more pathetic, that she's bragging on choosing this sport or she's bragging about third place. Yeah, you're right, Mark. That she's talking about it. Look at my dressage. Do you see my points and the way I'm prancing? I'm like, lady, do you hear yourself? I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like curling. Like, how they have in Canada curling, where they like shove or push the rock across the eye.
That's the most ridiculous sport, man. Dude, hey, here's the thing. It's not a sport if you're wearing a 3-piece suit. Okay, it's just not.
It's just odd.
If you're wearing a tie, it's not a sport.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Jason Webster for another $5 Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus, and Alex Kurtzman, J.J. Abrams, Marvel's writing group, and writers of Spartacus, House of Usher are from Uranus. Yes. And in that department, Stephen DeKnight is now the official writer for the next James Bond movie. He was picked up by Amazon. He's going to be working with Villeneuve.
That's good. That's the guy that wrote Peaky Blinders, right?
Yep. And the original Spartacus one
Okay.
before it went to House of Usher. Yeah. Mark Daly for $10. Everyone gets the phrase wrong. It's supposed to be the proof of the pudding is in the testing. And in this case, the people have decided Disney's pudding tastes like shit. You are right.
It has for the past like 6 years.
Unfortunately.
Maybe more, maybe longer. Jesus.
Unfortunately. And that is it. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. It's been an awesome show. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Verbal, please tell everybody where they can find you so they can subscribe, sign up, and see what good, great things you have.
Guys, you can find me at Verbal Riot on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Just dropped a video this morning, like I said, on Disney Adults. It's some wild shit, man. So definitely give it a watch. You'll catch me tomorrow on Film Thread Versus. You'll see me back with George on Wednesday, and you'll catch my show via VRL on Thursday, 6 p.m.
Awesome. Derek, what about you? Where can they find you and go subscribe to you?
Yeah, Derek Anderson, the DA. Shout out to the chat. Thank you, guys. We'll be going live with the DA's office tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be on Film Threat Versus tomorrow, Monday, and then the nightcaps we're doing Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. So late night, all right, if you're sad that Stephen Colbert is no longer around or he's going to be shortly gone, come hang out with us on the nightcap. We have a lot of fun. And then I'm actually going to start up an anime-only stream probably on Friday. So if you're anime fans, look for that. We're going to do a Friday anime nights stream and have some fun talking anime. So thank you once again, George. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Tom, what about you? What you got coming up at Midnight's Edge?
I'm not one of the cool kids who's on Versus, but I'm too white for it. That's what I found out, evidently, according to this panel. No, you can find me at Midnight's Edge in the morning, Midnight's Edge after dark, where I'm doing all sorts of stuff all the time, trying to make ends meet and keep the algorithm friendly. So yeah, thanks for having me as always, and I'll probably be here Wednesday with you guys as well.
Yep, that is awesome. Also, I released a video this morning, but because it's been 2 weeks, I got knocked out of the algorithm. So it looks like YouTube didn't send out notifications. It's called Heroes and TikTok Villains. Go check it out. I did a really deep dive on the whole Texas flood. It's been covered, but I really got into it. So, if you want, go check it out. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to get pissed because there are a lot of evil people in this world, and I cover them, but also the heroes. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Please thank all the beautiful people here. Thank Lord Thoth, Mexican Iron Man, who helped start this with me and Sindek. Then Eric K., he's with us in spirit, plus Istaphobos, incredible moderators. I wish you all to have a blessed and beautiful week. Thank you for all your support. It helps keeps the lights on. I will see you Wednesday. Then back here next Sunday. Remember, we're fighters with one unbreakable rule. We never bow down. We never bend the knee. Always forward.